actual paid tabletop role-playing game show on the internet where you, the audience, gets to decide our fates. And welcome. This is our 6th campaign, a Call of Cthulhu adventure, horror on the Orient Express. Yes. Thanks, guys.
That's right.
It's episode 10.
It's episode 10. Double digits.
That's exciting.
Wow, it's our 10th birthday.
This many.
Welcome back to our continued adventures. Unfortunately, Isabel couldn't be here today, but luckily we have a guest in her place, and that's
a speaker
using her mic.
They can't see it.
They can't see it. It's not.
Well, trust. There's a little speaker there using her mic, and in her seat, our continued guest. Thank goodness, it's Abby Marylee.
Very good to be here.
Yeah. And hey, all you people out there, we have a wonderful Discord that you should join, and we're using it today for all the crossroads so that the killers get to continue to decide our fates. And so, do you want to do announcements or the intro crossroads first?
Let's go intro crossroads.
All right. The intro crossroads is what should Abby do? A, choose someone to take a shot, or B, choose someone to pay a compliment.
What did they decide?
The killers decided. Abby, who would you like to pay a compliment?
I have to pay them a compliment?
I guess, yeah, you have to pay them a compliment. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I have to do that.
Torture.
I'm leaving.
It did make me think, yeah.
I have to go.
It's going to take a while.
Well, Eric.
No.
You are.
No.
I can't.
Oh, my
Crossroad
goodness.
system has
Yes,
backfires.
yes.
You are such an amazing DM, and that revealing of her memory last episode gave me the chills.
Yeah.
In the other
Thanks,
room
Abby.
where I was hiding, waiting.
Thanks, Abby. That really backfired on me. We're very happy to have you here. Thank
see
you
how
for
it
that. Very
feels?
nice things to say. It feels awful. Announcements. Do we have any announcements?
Also, Jordan, your hair looks impeccable.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
goes hard. Wow.
It does.
Everyone comments about Jordan's hair. Do we have
Announcements. There are not many, but some maps from Couples D&D, which you should all go watch on YouTube. So exciting, so awesome. The maps from that adventure, in fact, a crossroads you determined which map was used, and all the maps are available on Patreon now. So go check those out. There's a winter and a jungle that you guys did not play. But that's very exciting.
Designed by Carson McCauley, map designer extraordinaire.
I don't know if I would say design,
I
but
think
made by,
literally
yeah.
designed.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Sorry, this is a pre-recorded episode, but our schedules have been insane lately. So that's the other announcement. But
Yeah.
So join the Discord. Like Eric was saying, when we can't be live, we put all the Crossroads in the Discord, in the Crossroads channel. You can sign up for the ping for the roll Crossroads so that whenever someone pings at Crossroads, you should vote.
true.
Do that.
And next week we will be live. Correct?
Yeah, we'll be back to live next week on the 25th. As you're watching this on the 18th, Jordan's going on basically on the Orient Express. Big thank you to our patrons on Patreon.
Yes.
You help us keep the lights on in here, and right now the AC flowing because it's a hot
flowing.
day in New York, and oh boy, will we be suffering soon. Thank you so much out there to the patrons. There's little special perks. You get a mini drawing. You get to be a part of the Choose Your Adventure going on in the patron Discord right now. And also there's little live streams that we do just for the patrons that are fun hangouts.
Totally.
And all the patrons are real cool people. Thank
So
you.
true.
Yeah,
With
love
that,
y'all.
I know after this, let's have a
talk.
Yeah.
about some exciting
How to
stuff.
spoil the
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh. With that, I think we're ready to dive into tonight's episode of Please Don't Kill Us. Previously. Please don't kill us. Aboard the Orient Express, traveling from Venice to Trieste. Lady Vera.
Yeah.
Had a nightmare aboard the train, having a dream that you were back in London at your own estate, witnessing a transformation of Lady Margaret of Jagging Fox into this strange person, creature, whatever it is that you have glimpsed in your travels. Aboard the train, the party tried to unearth the memory of June's childhood friend Suzanna, a memory of the night that led to your estrangement with her. The strain of trying to remember nearly broke Hannah's mind. You all arrived in Trieste, where the wind known as the Bora is howling. Late in the evening, Faye and Clayton went out looking for a radio station to celebrate their new engagement. Along the way, they caught sight of a Turkish businessman sitting in a cafe. They found a radio station, popped Prosecco, and declared their love over the airwaves. Rooms were acquired at the Savoia Excelsior Palace luxury hotel, looking out on the Adriatic Sea, wind-swept, and rest was gotten, though both Faye and Clayton seemed not to get quite the recuperation that you might expect, waking up feeling groggy. June, Suzanna, and Clayton decided to spend the next day in the hotel recovering, while the rest of the party set out for the Museo de Storia d'Arte to investigate their lead, a man named Johann Winkelmann. Inquiring with the curator at this museum, you were led to the Giardino Lapidario, a garden full of antique structures and statues, and there you met an older man, a fellow investigator seeking answers in the past, Mr. Salomon Fry.
That's me.
An American private investigator abroad. With Fry, you found a mausoleum in the garden with strange carvings, inside of which lay a stone sarcophagus purportedly holding the remains of one Ioni Winkelmann. Beside the grave was a display of medallions said to have belonged to Winkelmann, and one medallion was missing. You spoke to the curator once more, learning that Winkelmann was a famous archaeologist in the 18th century, and he was killed here in Trieste in 1768 at the Locanda Grande Hotel. You additionally learned that the medallions were given to the museum by a family of scholars, the Terminas. A living descendant of the family, Antonio, resides nearby. Vera, Faye, Bert, and Solomon set forth from the museum to return to your hotel for some quick espresso, but not before Vera stopped to purchase a full Arctic fox fur coat, hat, and leg warmers, and happened to spot a passing fascist black shirt as you tried on your new outfit.
Ooh.
Back at the hotel.
Peed out my ass.
Back at the hotel, June, you were trying your pickpocketing skills on Clayton when there was a heavy thump outside the room. And swiftly, Clayton, June, and Suzanna took the base case full of simulacrum pieces. You exited to the balcony, climbing across the precipice to get to the neighboring room as the wind howls, nearly tossing you over the side and into the sea below. Peeking back into the room, Clayton, you witnessed the door being smashed open, and the Turkish businessman that you saw before, from the night before, entering into your room, wielding a long, sharp knife. Meanwhile, June called the front desk, telling them that a man had just broken into their room, and they informed June that security would be right up. The three investigators, then climbed over another treacherous gap, reaching the balcony of a third empty hotel room. And just as you reached firm footing, the howling wind brought over yet another sound. This time, this was the sounds of a horrifying, hideous scream. A man's voice, screaming like an animal, followed by a sudden, horrifying, wet, gnashing sound, which cut off the scream. It was followed by nothing but the sounds of the howling wind outside. And in this moment, Clayton, June, Suzanna with you on this third balcony, cold wind blowing past you as the scream is cut off. I'm going to need luck checks from everyone. I'm gonna
Just them
include
three, or?
just the three of them, sorry. And include Suzanna in this.
It was like really raining and windy, right? Before?
It's windy. It's like
Yeah, it's
some type of
windy.
like
Okay.
quasi wind
Success.
over here.
Fail.
But did we go inside, or were we still on the balcony?
I don't think so.
Success and a fail. And then we have one more fail. As the wind blows, because you have one success, you do not hear security entering into the hallway outside. You do not hear a banging of doors and a yelling of people. You hear just the winds, and you know that security has not made it up to this floor yet, offering you a little bit of time to do what you will in this moment, to make whatever move you wish. And so, Clayton, June, and Suzanna, what are you doing in this moment?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What do you think? Should we escape, or should we investigate, or should we hide in this room?
I don't think we should investigate. I think we should hide or wait and see if it leaves out the window. Try to hide and watch it leave.
I'm okay with that.
Are the banisters of the balconies that we're on solid? Like, can we duck behind them? They're like posty. What's the...
They're stone, and they're thick bars on it, but they do have little peepholes, so that one could feasibly spot you on it, but it is a good cover.
Wanna try it?
Sure.
Yeah, duck down and see if
Great.
security coming makes this person do what we did.
Go ahead and make spot hidden checks for me.
Or this thing.
It jumps right on you.
Ooh, hard success.
Failure.
Hard success, a failure. Clayton, as you duck down, you feel the base case begin to tip over once more. Not off of the railing, but just about to land with a thud, and you're distracted in that moment and go to catch this case full of the pieces, the artifact that you've collected across Europe, as you settle in, peeking out between. In this moment, under dark skies, clouds above, the wind whipping across the sea below you, go ahead and roll a D100, and let me know if it's 1 to 50 or 51 to 100.
1 to 50.
1 to 50. Okay. You're watching, and there is nothing for a long moment. And then there's a sudden flutter of movements coming out from the balcony doors of that first room where you heard the anguish scream from, as you see a small, dark, winged animal crow. The hard success. See the sort of webbed ligature skin across the wings of a bat flying out the window and disappearing over the roof.
Vampire.
Do I see which way it goes? I mean,
Vampire.
Disappears over the roof.
Can I try to... I don't see it. Do I see it?
You do not see it.
I like when that bat came out, I'd kind of make them duck down, and I saw a bat come out of there, or like a bird or something, but I don't know if that's what we heard.
I think it could have
It
been.
sounded like a louder, like wet squelch.
I think maybe he was turning into the bat, potentially. That his skin was transforming, which I think would be wet and squelchish.
a wet squelchy bat, maybe.
Yeah. But,
Can we listen to hear if we hear like anything else, or security come in? Wait for.
Yeah.
my
keep
question
waiting
is,
here.
if they don't see anything, if they don't see any evidence of somebody coming in
Are we
here,
going crazy?
are we going to be in trouble? I think maybe we hop back over to the a room that we do own.
Are you okay? Sure. we went 2 over. We started on our balcony. Then we jumped to their balcony.
Right.
So let's just go back to your balcony.
Yes.
Wait, we should stop jumping from balcony to balcony with the case, actually.
So you think we should just walk out the hallway? Maybe.
Yeah, we can say we saw a bat.
And all clear.
That's not a lie.
Yeah. No, it's true.
But let's look through the windows. Can we look through the window of the balcony we're on?
Yeah.
Or maybe knock on the window is less scary.
Well, you said it was
than a set
empty,
of
right?
eyes.
You've already seen through the windows. This is an
Oh,
empty
right. This is
room.
where I used the phone. Okay, then yeah.
The bed is made in here, and it seems to be unused at this moment.
Yeah, let's scurry around this way. Let's go back to our room.
Okay. Go through in the room. Floor's creaking underneath you. It's quiet, except for the wind as you go through this room. Going to the door, to the hallway.
Yeah.
Peephole. Ear to the door.
Great.
Hand on the handle. Check for
Great.
heat.
In this moment, I will go to you just for a luck check.
Bust-a-doozle.
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 That's what
End
I
of last
say.
episode, I
Bust-a-doozle.
specifically said, no, bust-a-doozle. No. I said I need to not do luck stuff. I'm hurting for luck.
Great.
Shit.
As you put your ear up to the door and then look out of the peephole, just in that moment, you look and see a fist come into the door, and boom, as multiple voices begin calling out in the hallway, some in Italian, some in English, some in Austrian, recognizably calling out, "This is hotel security, please remain in your rooms as emergency investigations proceed. Everyone remain in your rooms."
Let's go. They said remain in our rooms.
Oh, okay.
So you hear the sound of boot steps. Boom, 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 boom. Multiple sets of boot steps going down the hall and banging on doors, calling out the same thing over and over again. As you can hear them heading down towards the room that you left.
Wait it out. What do you think?
I don't know. Or just be honest with them, and
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
then let's go. Let's go. Let's follow your instinct.
As you open the door and come out. Coming out here, you see that there are multitudes of hotel security here in sort of their 3-button get-ups, everything, big hulking men as they look, and you can immediately see the wide eyes, their expressions as they are looking down the hallway. In this moment, Clayton, I'll have you make a luck check.
Success.
Success. Okay, you don't see any black shirt policemen with them as you come out. As you see only hotel security as they walk out. And as you come out the door, immediately you see, just looking where they're looking, 2 limp, heavy bodies of the security guards that were posted outside of your room. That Lady Vera requested from the hotel. You can see both of them lying in a heap, as you can see blood trailing down from wounds in one of their backs, and the other one you can't see any wounds. They're covered by the body of the other. As you see them lying in a heap, the hotel security looks to you as you are opening the door and says, "Stay in the room!
Hello.
Told you to
We're the-
stay in the
we're
room!
the
There's
ones-
official things happening!"
We're the ones
That's
who
our
called.
room. That's our room.
We're the ones who called.
"We will be with you in 1 moment. Please return to your rooms." And one
Well,
of them,
this is my room where you're investigating. We were the ones who called.
as the security guard looks over and snaps for another security guard to come back and says, the security guard that comes over to you says, I will stay with you in your rooms in here.
It's a
both of you.
random. We just found
Well,
this
let's
room.
come in here while they investigate, as he gestures for you to go back into the empty room where you are.
Okay.
Can I at least see if our things are all right in there?
You will be given that opportunity in 1 moment, okay? Please, allow them to proceed. It's official business.
What happened to those guards?
We are finding that out. Please come with me. And he begins with his body to kind of corral you into this room. As you see maybe 4 more security guards coming down the hallway, faces gone pale as they're rushing and feeling the pulse on the necks of the 2 security guards that are in a heap. As you see a couple more going into the room that they are lying outside of, the room where you saw the man break in.
Okay, we go back into me and Faye's
We
room.
went into the room we
The
came
empty
out
room.
of.
They're corralling you into the empty room.
Okay, but they're not coming with. I think
One man is
I
coming
would.
with.
I would be like, just give us our space, please. Just, it's fine. If you want us to stay in the room, we'll stay in the room.
We
but
will.
please.
Go ahead and make a
Please.
persuade check.
Please come tell us what's happening soon.
Success.
Success.
We saw a man with a knife in there. That's why we called. Be careful. There might still be someone in there.
So the security guards looks to you. All right, but be safe, all right? We will come and we will help you immediately.
Okay.
And shuts the door and lets the 3 of you stay in this room without a guard with you.
Well, I'm thinking about going and climbing on the balcony and looking in.
I know exactly what you're thinking, and I think that's a great idea, Clayton.
All right.
I'll stay here with Suzanna, and we'll distract him if he comes back.
All right. I go out into the balcony and I try to climb over 2 balconies in order to peek in to see what they see.
Okay, I'm going to need to combine dexterity and stealth to
Are
see
you
if you...
bringing the...
No,
No.
I'm gonna keep it.
Please.
No need. Why not?
Throw it back.
That falls into like
Bring it.
Adriatic Sea.
Bring it.
Lost forever.
A combined? What do you mean by combined stealth and dexterity?
So you're going to roll 1 roll, and it's going to... you're going to weigh it against your score in dexterity and your score in stealth. And you're going to see if you succeed at both.
Oh, interesting. Well, I certainly did succeed on both.
Succeed on both dexterity and
How do you
stealth.
like better?
Yeah.
Damn it!
Game over. I win.
So why don't you just tell us what's been going on?
You lose.
As Clayton, you deftly go out back to the hall, to the balcony. Wind still blowing. Sort of sound of thunder overhead. As you, without needing to carry any large items, are able to very deftly just stretch across the breadth between balconies, climb down, clamber over. As you peek in the curtains of your room, not the initial room, your room, you can see that the door is just being opened by security as they are investigating this room as well.
My intention was to go both,
Gotcha.
but
As you look, you can see that there is security coming into. They can't see out in the balcony directly at this moment, but you see that they are entering into your room.
okay, cool.
Are you going to proceed to the next balcony, or are you going to stay here?
Proceed. Yeah.
Okay, you definitely go over the other sides. Go ahead and make a spot hidden check for me. Yes.
Share with the class.
You were so confident.
Now I got a
before.
56. My spot hidden's a 45.
Oof. That's a lot of luck.
It's 11 luck to spend, or you can push it if you have a reason that you can push it.
I'm team spend the luck, but I'm over here with no luck. So take that with a grain of salt. What else are we saving it up for, you know? Rolls. Rolls that I can
Literally
pay, like,
everything
yeah.
here.
Well, yeah.
Right. But I could also spend it. I could roll again and spend it still. You know what I'm saying?
thinking
Like,
it's money.
unless I get higher. But,
What is this for? Spot hidden?
spot hidden.
It feels important.
It feels important to
Where's
me.
your luck at?
My luck's at 56. Exactly
Oh,
what I
right,
rolled.
right. Weird.
So are you
Maybe
ready
it's
for it
fate.
to go down?
To spend it.
Maybe it's fate. I don't know. Okay, I think I am gonna push it.
Great.
And
How
I
are you gonna
think
do that?
I am going to push it by, well, what's the luck for? Like, what am I?
This is a spot hidden check.
Oh, right. Got it, spot hidden. I think I'm going to just part the curtain a little bit more
Okay, great. Yeah.
to look in.
Go ahead and push it.
Come on! 6! Yes. That's an extreme
X-ray vision.
success.
Oh, an
Wow.
extreme success.
An extreme
Let's
my
go.
success. Eric.
Reaching up and God damn it! You
He doesn't want us to see anything.
risk it. You risk it with an extreme success. you realize that the balcony door is slightly open. And parting the curtain, you see you have a clear view of the sight within this room that you will never forget from here and for the rest of your days, which is the sight of this man who came in with a knife, lying on the ground, sucked dry of blood. Pale bones protruding from his skin. Where muscles were, there is almost like a deflated balloon. There's this desiccated corpse lies directly in front of you. His body is within reach of you with that extreme success. And looking in with your extreme success, you can see the initial sight of these guards coming through, the security coming into the door. One of them is immediately vomiting onto the floor, and the other, you can see sweat pouring down his face as he is turning away from the body.
I would take that opportunity. I'm taking what's on this man's body. I'm not taking everything, obviously. I'm not stripping him nude, but like identification, newspaper he was reading last night at the cafe, etc.
Can you give me a reminder of what you saw him last night?
We saw him last night in the window of a cafe as we went to go to the
Okay.
radio station.
Okay.
But we didn't see his face. We just saw the newspaper.
He was
I think we
reading
saw
a Turkish
newspaper,
which is strange.
like in front of a man's body.
Great. As you reach in, first I'm going to have you make a sanity roll as you look at this corpse.
Meets it, beats it.
Meets a pizza.
How about a success on that?
Success. You lose one sanity.
I like that.
Being this close to this body, you lose one sanity. I'm loving the antagonism today. This is-
I don't know why we're so against you today.
Well, Cthulhu is so harsh. So
It's so harsh.
know.
So
It's so
the fact that I'm like,
This is super one of those
Succeed,
scenarios where
succeed.
it's like, I guess we'll open the door. You know,
Yeah,
it's like I feel
right.
so helpless.
yeah.
Well, you succeeded on climbing over balconies without attracting notice, without losing your grip. You find your way to this glass door open enough to get a view of this corpse. And you are able to reach in, and in this moment, as one guard is vomiting, another guard turning away from the horror of it, you steel yourself against the sickness that you feel in your own stomach, looking, and you start rifling through pockets, searching for anything. First thing you find is the long knife he was holding. Unmarked, but also just a light stain of blood on it. As you rifle through pockets again.
I won't take that if it's like nothing special about that.
And they already know it's there.
Yeah, I'm not taking
Scene of the crime.
We have a crossroads for this,
Oh.
What?
which is what's in the Turkish assassin's pocket.
Work.
Turkish assassin.
And choices were 1, an important letter, and 2, a banana for sustenance.
Girl.
The votes are in.
Pick the banana.
Come on, killers.
For letter, we have 6 votes. For banana, we have 2 votes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now
You guys.
it's for you. And you get this letter.
Okay. I quickly, if there's nothing else,
I'm
I'm.
gonna say Turkish assassin in Turkish.
What was it?
Türk sweet ka cha chese.
Wow.
That's what
And there you have it, folks.
And that's what I say to him. I jump across the balcony.
I know what you are.
Oh, shoot. I jump across the balcony and I'm excited to open the letter and read it aloud to my friend. And I go, oh, shoot. Turkish.
Oh,
I can't read it.
Vera's hand comes up.
Out of a cloud.
are you going back over the balconies and back all the way to the room
I
where
am gonna
Suzanna
go
and
back
June
all the
are?
way, yeah.
Meanwhile, Suzanna has been with
Can you see it?
June. What was that? What was that scream?
I have no idea, but, well, that's not totally true. I have an inkling of an idea. We think that there's some kind of monster that, maybe a vampire, that is able to take on other people's bodies, like, wear their skin, and my guess, just haven't seen that bat left, is that that's what happened, or what was going on with the man in there. I know, it's a lot. I kind of take her over to sit down.
She sits down.
I know. We've been, I told you
Sounds
we've...
like folktales.
I know. I agree. I honestly, if you had told me that a couple of months ago, would have said you're crazy, but ever since I saw what happened to you at that bar after that night, once you start seeing this stuff, it's really hard to not see it everywhere. And, yeah, we're trying to get to the bottom of who or what is hunting the same stuff that we are. I'm sorry I haven't given you the full story yet. It's a little
It's okay.
convoluted.
It's okay. As you see, just a little bit of tears well up in her eyes as there's a sudden movement of the balcony door opening as Clayton, you slink back in.
Yeah.
As Susanna grabs your hand, June, in that moment.
Give her
as
a little
Clayton
squeeze.
I think I hear what the last thing June just said, and I say, well, I think I've got an idea who might be on the same trail as us.
What'd you find?
It's in Turkish, so it's unfortunate, but
Okay.
it is from SM, which I believe has to be Salim.
Yeah,
Salim Makriat.
Makriat.
So Salim
You
is
don't
out there
speak Turkish,
still.
do you?
I'm gonna roll a luck check for Susanna to see if
Very well read.
she is multilingual for sure. She's gonna find out. Her luck is it was 35.
Not lucky.
It's an extreme success.
Baby, read us that letter.
As she takes the letter, let me have a look at this.
She adds her own flair.
Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, no, Eric, please read.
She reads it.
In Turkish.
The 5th day of the corpse moon, in the 1593rd year of the flaying. Greetings, my brother. Part of that simulacrum blessed by our master has been found. The good professor informs us that a segment was taken to Trieste generations past. Trieste is home to a band of pathetic fools who worship a degenerate hive inhabiting this area. Their followers are in the habit of bringing their masters any objects of power that they discover in order to propitiate their wrath for some failing in times past. The history of the segment falls silent at Trieste, so it is certain that it has been offered to these creatures. You are to travel to Trieste with as many of our brothers as you need. Watch for these followers and try to learn the location of their temple, for the segment is surely held in one of them. Should any seek to subvert our glorious purpose, be sure to find out what they know before you take that most proper and righteous sacrifice from their profane bodies. Praise to the skinless one, SM.
Could you just refresh us real quick? Trieste is where we found... We believe that he's speaking about a part that we've already found.
Trieste is
just
where you
got
are
here.
right now.
That's
Oh,
where we are
sorry.
out here.
But the temple is maybe where... There's so much going through my head. We got a cult group here or something?
Yes, and
And
their
I wonder
temple.
if this... They're talking about bringing objects of power... Oh, I don't know what you guys have been doing yet. Never mind. I'm
And
just in...
as you are reading that, we're going to pan out through the winds. We're going to let the Bora carry us around Trieste, around the building, to the front of the hotel, where we see arriving back from a trip to the museum, Faye, Vera, Solomon, and Bert. You've just passed through the city. It's early afternoon. Having been to the gardens, to the museum, spoken with the curator, learned about the Termina family, about these medallions, about Winkelmann, all these things. And the plan, last when you left, was to stop by the hotel for an espresso in this early afternoon. And as the four of you, having not spotted any black shirts since trying on the Arctic fur clothing that you are now wearing, Lady Vera, come up to the hotel, and you see that there's a bit of a hubbub in the lobby as walking in. You see that security is blocking the stairs. And security is explaining to everyone, we are holding everyone here in the lobby. Please, you will be able to return to your rooms in due time. Investigation is in proceeding. Please remain calm and have some complimentary espresso.
Oh, espresso! Exactly what we wanted.
What is the investigation for?
It is hotel business. There is possible theft. We are looking into the matter, and it will be dealt with very shortly.
I hope so. Is there a manager I can speak to?
Yes, we are. The concierge is able to help you.
Oh, go right away, thank you. I'm gonna go step up to the concierge.
Yeah, you go up, and there's a woman with sort of sandy blonde hair tied up in a bun.
What's your name?
My name is.
Sandy blonde.
My name is Sandrina.
Sandrina. Sandrina.
Sandrina Blondet.
Sandrina, would you let me know which room they're investigating?
I believe that the investigation. Go ahead and make a credit rating check.
Ooh.
I pass. It's a success.
She leans into you and says, it is not public, but I believe that he's on the top floor.
Oh, I'm on the top floor. Is it my room?
What is your name, my lady?
Lady Vera Margarita Fistmuch-Wankington.
She looks through
Duchess
the
of
ledgers.
Fistmas.
Would you mind coming with us? I will bring you to security.
Well, at least
You are not in trouble.
Well, at least let me have an espresso, please, with my party.
Of
You
course.
can find me in 10 minutes after I've downed it.
No,
Thank you.
but excuse, I'm with her. Something was stolen?
This is perhaps pertaining to the room that you are staying in, but I assure you the security is up there and things are being dealt with. But
Well,
if
we
you
have
would like to come,
security
security
up there protecting something very important, so we just would like to make sure.
Of course. Well, the security is up there now, no matter what. If you will come with me, we will get you espresso, but security will be able to inform you what is happening and help you.
I'm so sorry, Solomon, for all this wish-wash that's happening.
You think there was a break-in in your room?
I don't need any
Possibly.
espresso. May I go up and see?
We will bring you to security if you are ready.
Yeah, just bring the espresso to go as well.
We
It's
will.
important.
As she leads you over to the staircase and to this security guard, she looks up to him and says, "We have guests here who are staying in the top floor suite." And he looks at you and says, "You come with me." And he starts walking up the stairs.
What are you all involved in? I say as I follow.
We're not involved in anything. I don't know why you would imply such a thing.
Odd coincidence.
We're just guests of this hotel, visiting Trieste on a wondrous trip through Europe.
He leads you up the stairs, climbing higher and higher until you reach the top floor. The top floor, as you round a corner, you can see that there are several security guards standing out here in the hallway. You can see that one is bending down, taking samples from the rug on the grounds, where you see two large stains, dark stains in the rug as the security guards comes up to a door, not to your room, and gives a knock and says, "If you would wait in here, please." As Clayton, June, Suzanna, you hear a knock at the door.
I jump out the balcony. I'm just
Dive in.
yeah.
I go. Yeah. I'd look for the people, but
Opening the
seeing
door,
and security open it. Yeah.
looking, all of you see each other here in the doorway.
Hello, everyone.
Thank goodness.
Well,
Oh, yes.
I'll do.
Please introduce yourself to my party.
My name is Salomon Fry. Appears I may be on... Our paths may intersect in some way.
He knows Bert.
I'm a fan of, let's say, of Mr. Flynn's.
Yeah.
I see.
He knows me.
As the incredible. As the hotel guard says, the hotel detective will be with you shortly. But in the meantime, as a busboy comes around with a tray of espressos, please enjoy complimentary espresso. As hand espressos to you, and then close the door, leaving the 7 of you in this room.
Just espresso. Okay.
I'm glad you're all right.
Five-star
And
hotel.
they told us there was a possible theft. We have everything
It was
we need.
You said there's blood on the floor?
Our valuables.
There was blood on the floor in the hallway, as the 7 of you are now in this hotel room, unused hotel room, except for the 7 of you, and one large case the size of a bass instrument.
But, Clayton, you should tell him what you saw.
well.
I assume you've told me. And
Yeah. Well, I've seen and gathered a lot. And June, Susanna, we acted quickly and we were able to get out unscathed. But what I'm about to say, I got this letter that pertains to our mission. Should I fill Solomon in on all of it, or not to be suspicious, Solomon, but
No, I understand.
Well, we don't even know what happened, so
Can we get a
You tell
refresh
us
on Bert
everything.
and Solomon's relationship? As someone with...
well,
Yeah.
Or just like what... Their
What
your exchange
transpired?
last
What
session?
transpired? Yeah.
Yeah, I think, remind me, my memory is foggy, but I said that I had spoken to Bert's mother, and I talked about a little girl who went missing in the woods, and talked to Bert's mother about her, and I don't entirely remember how it became clear that we were all on the same page. Maybe it was just that I like talked about
you
where
were here for the Windwalkers, right?
I said, have you heard of the Windwalker? But I said that I was like looking for a cult that I had tracked down here, that this is maybe where it originated, but I don't know, why did we
You may have
assume
had
we
a
were on the same
word
page?
about the carving that was outside of the mausoleum. This carving that seemed to show a series of human figures, time weathered so that it seems almost as if their limbs are worn away, next to these strange carvings of almost dragon-like figures.
And I think I said that I think that those might be... I've seen sketches like that in... I found fragments of pages inside books that I think may be part of a larger writing. And, I have one of them, and I take out like a leather-bound, wrapped like journal, or a small little notes book, and I untie it, and I open it up, and I flip through, and you see there's like lots of loose pages stuffed inside at various points, and maybe you just catch a glimpse of like wild writings, and then inside I pull out a little piece of paper, like a really worn, piece of paper with like a drawing that sort of resembles that dragon creature.
I think you like telling this information and how you are, why you're here. I think I would look towards June and then say, let's start from the beginning. We were creating this base case. We successfully did that when we heard the security guards you had hired being killed outside. We thought a big thump on the ground, and so we immediately ran out of onto the balcony, jumped over onto me and Faye's balcony. Didn't think it was far enough, so then we jumped one more onto this balcony. Are we here? Are we in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Fortunately, it was empty, so we called security up. But
yes, June called security,
Wrong time.
and security came running. At the same time, we heard a loud, ominous sound of this guy yelling.
scream of agony and
Yes, I
weird.
peeked. I saw him. It was the businessman that we saw at the cafe yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And then later we saw a bat fly out of the room and
Vampires.
Yes,
Another sign.
I think so. I went back they didn't want us to get close, but I snuck back and I found
Which
this
is interesting
letter.
in itself that they didn't want. I mean, I guess that's maybe just protocol.
It's a crime scene.
But, yeah, but I think being
They probably
wary
don't
of.
want you to see the dead bodies.
Sure.
Yes.
What did the bodies look like?
Well, he's a Turkish man. He's drained of all blood, which is something that we saw in Venice as well. That type of death.
The darkness comes.
Does that have anything to do with?
Night grows closer. Have I ever heard
Well,
of?
shoot.
Have I witnessed a body sucked
poetry
dry
slam.
like that,
All of us just standing
or
there.
read anything like that?
Go ahead and make
What do you say?
an occult check.
So that's the no.
Can
well,
I roll
you
as
can push
Bert
it
for
if you
like
want.
if what he just said means anything to me?
Yeah.
Can I push it by looking through my notes?
Yeah, searching through your notes, looking through. You would run the risk of, in the fervor of this, damaging some of your notes if you fail at this, but you can still push it.
I'd be like,
Great.
no,
It's
you know
just
what? If I had heard of that, it would have been burned into my brain. I'm not pushing it.
Sure thing.
Well, we heard of cult. We have this this letter. We're trying. You see, we're trying to find an artifact here in town. A mysterious artifact that is being chased by another man named SM, and
Being chased by a lot of people, really.
yes, and he believes that this artifact might be in the hands of a cult, which you had mentioned earlier. You were on the lookout for as well. Do you have any information about where they might be? Does Turgest ring any bells to you?
Turgeste is the old name for where we stand.
Really, of Trieste.
It is.
Yeah, the letter's saying that like all talk of this artifact goes cold, so they like when it arrived here, which is why they think it's here.
Right.
May I see that letter?
Sure.
They talk about.
Oh, well, I can't read Turkish.
Susanna.
Let's say Suzanna at this
But it will
point
be-
writes
it's
down
definitely- yeah.
her translation of it and gives it over.
Have I seen any writing like 5th day of the corpse moon, year of the flaying? Does that ring a bell? Does simulacrum ring a bell?
I would say go ahead
Or the
and
segment.
you can roll one more occult check for this specific question.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Bert take a look at it, and I wanna put these
Yeah.
smarty stats to use.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the library.
There's some reading.
It's it's a success, not a hard success.
A success. Great. Let's see what Bert gets to.
Oh, fail.
Nothing for Bert. Solomon, reading this, you're flaying, these terms certainly evoke images in your mind of human sacrifice, of ritualistic murder. the terminology, I would say, doesn't sound exactly like the terminology used by what you have been investigating specifically.
All right.
But certainly sounds like the sort of occult language that may have been used in some of the other cases in New England.
And yeah. Well. It appears someone else is searching for the darkness that I also seek. I think they're looking for this cult. The Legore.
Yes.
Why do you
It's
seek
what they're
it?
called. Why do I seek it? You know, when you see things when you see the sort of things I've seen, everything else sort of drops away. And, well, the darkness, these murders, it's become more than me, bigger than my life. I lost everything. They told me the case was closed. I kept looking. They put me on leave. I kept looking. When I was finally kicked out of the police department, I thought, well, fine, good. Now I can devote everything to finding these demons. You see, I believe demons must come from somewhere, and I take out from inside my trench coat another book of like art, and I start flipping through and just showing like old art of like depicting like demons and various like religious paintings from like across the centuries. And you know, so many artists have painted evil in the shape of monsters, but I think I'm close to proving that these monsters are real. I don't know, but I can't go to the government. I can't. I've even been to the Vatican. They laughed me away. But I think these demons may be these beings, or at least these beings are demons. These beings that the cult worship. They're called the Legore. They're, well, I'll show you. I showed you again this picture.
Right. So
They're said to come from another world.
the demons themselves, the Legore. The cult is... You don't know the name of the cult?
Well,
The cult of the Legore?
did I make up the name, the Legore cult, or did I?
You have run into
Okay.
that term. So as the term the Wind Walker.
The Windwalker.
Faye and Clayton, could you make history checks for me?
Yes!
They
I would love to, personally. Can't speak for Faye.
say they want to.
Oh my god.
What's going on over there?
I just have a really low stat, but I'm so close. I'm gonna use 2 luck.
I'm gonna
and
push
success.
it. Oh,
I will succeed.
I'm gonna push it just because I want to succeed. I'm gonna try to really
You might bonk
What
your
are y'all
head.
known for? Have you heard of this?
feel my
History,
brain.
yeah.
Okay.
What is it?
I rolled a 0, but I had already had a 0.
Extreme success. Wait, what?
No, it's a critical fumble.
It's a
Got 0, 0, 0.
fumble.
That's a
Right,
bustadoozle.
Could I use the luck to go up one?
To reduce.
No.
To 98.
No. That's what you get for antagonizing.
Faye, as you are looking at what Solomon is showing you, these books, these scraps, these different drawings and things, you see pages ripped from texts, books, and different things like that, and you see little captions on them, figure 1, from various different book titles, and you see the title, De Vermis Mysterious, which is roughly translates to the mysteries of the worm.
Of the worm.
And you remember a time when you learned about a small sort of fledgling cult using a book called De Vermis Mysterious in order to practice amateur occult rituals in a farm outside of Arkham, Massachusetts, a summoning spell and a ritual that you had to perform in order to send it back from whence it came. Clayton, all these things come back to your mind as well, and you do remember this, and you remember seeing the sight of childhood friends standing in the middle of a pentagram begging to be released. As you remember that, you feel the tears falling down your face before you realize that you are crying. And in this moment, as the sight of him begging for your help flashes in your minds, you lose one sanity.
We've read from this book before.
You've read from the grimoire.
From what? Sorry.
These pages, I believe they're part of a grimoire. To Vermes. Wait, you know it?
We've read from the Dervimius Mysterious. Yes. We did a ritual with our friend. Well, you guys have heard of her by now, Vitrova, and
Dear God.
And your son, correct?
No, that was
different.
A hand.
Sorry to bring that up.
And a taxi driver.
Yes, of course.
You just getting points.
A hand has certainly guided me to you. I don't know if it was a hand of darkness or a hand of the light. Well. Sorry, continue.
I don't have much else. I mean, that was in Massachusetts, and we're here, and I don't think we kept the book.
Did we keep the book?
You never found the book
Okay.
itself. You looked in Miskatonic University's library, and it was checked out by a faculty member and was unreachable.
So how did we find that slip again? Was it in the house?
You
was
found
just a page,
the histories
right?
and the page from it that these college students had used it in years past.
You said a farm outside Arkham.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's got to be the farm I saw.
You
But
went
we
there.
burnt it down, did we not?
I thought we did, yes. Maybe you saw it before us.
Well, it was a farming complex. Brutal murder, sacrificial murders, symbols everywhere. Men,
Well,
women, children, strung up.
Oh,
I've never seen nothing like that.
That wasn't like
Ours was more of a
us.
home, I thought.
yeah, ours was a house, and
Sorry, I'm misspeaking. My farm was in Rhode Island.
it's okay.
New England,
Arkham.
nevertheless.
I'll look at Bert.
Massachusetts.
Just raise my eyebrows.
What's Arkham to me? To Bert.
It's where Miskatonic is, the university.
Miskatonic is, and Bert.
Where me and Bert went.
Bert, if I may speak for Bert,
Please.
seems shocked by what's being spoken about, by this reference to the farm, Massachusetts, and seems lost in memory in this
We
moment.
will discuss this later. Well, this is all very interesting. This cult, they worship these beings, and my research it indicates that these beings, the Legore, they are from another world. There's different ideas about where this world is. None of you caught the great debate a few years ago, did you?
No, I'm
is
afraid
that?
to say I missed it.
There was a debate at the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History in 1920, almost 4 years ago now, between
Maybe. We live in New York.
these two.
It's in DC.
VGC.
Well, they were
Sorry.
they were debating the nature of the universe and whether we are in fact alone, and Dr. Heber Curtis thinks that these nebulas that we can see in telescopes, that they may not in fact be simply an amalgamation of gases nearby, but they may in fact be entirely different galaxies.
Wow.
And I believe that one of these nebulae, maybe one of these galaxies, is the origin of the Legore. I don't know how they came to be here. I don't know where they are, but it does seem to indicate that they live in caves below the surface. And they've been said to represent fish-like creatures, their organs exposed, delivering great, boons of great darkness upon the ones they choose. Extra limbs. I don't know if any of this sounds familiar or not.
No, it doesn't, but you certainly have found the right company. Anyone else, you would seem crazy to, but...
I know, I've been called crazy.
It doesn't... It's not nothing. I mean, look at Suzanna. We have had an experience with an extra limb being granted, potentially.
Well, that sounds certainly like the work of the Legore.
Through a ritual, right? Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I may not have had previous experience or exploitation to such creatures, but my son,
Right.
Hubert,
They were
said
fish-like.
in his ramblings that he once saw fish creatures that attacked him in the dead
Yes.
of night.
That's what did this to me.
And I show my arm that's scarred.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
The Legore.
The Legore.
At this moment, there's a knock at the door.
I'll get it.
I walk over to the window and just sort of look out the window.
Hello?
Hello, this is the hotel detective. If you would allow me entrance, I would just like to have a few words with all of you.
Where?
You said you're the hotel detective. They hire a full-time position?
I think we're talking to the door.
Are you sure you? Yes, I am.
I should not be here.
Yes.
I should not be here. Is there somewhere I can...
I'll
why?
I go into the
Why are you-
I go into the bathroom and close the door.
Yeah.
I go into the bathroom and close the door.
And what about Suzanna? What if it's a black shirt?
As
Why are you walking?
I am going to come in
Close
now.
the door.
Please make yourselves decent. You hear
Oh, just
keys
another-
jingling
I'm grabbing
and
Suzanna and going,
Go.
jumping in with Solomon.
Ask him why he's
bathroom.
hiding.
as
That's
you
what I was planning.
duck into the bathroom and shut the door quietly, just as opens up and a short man in a bowler hat and a coat comes in, walking in. Clayton begins laughing uncontrollably. As he says,
Excuse me.
"Hello, I am the inspector.
Hello, Inspector.
Yes, I am Inspector Henry. If you would like to have a word. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, Clayton.
Clayton, is that Clayton?
Clayton, that's right.
Right, alrighty. Inspector Henry, pleasure.
Pleasure. I'm Faye.
Faith. Clayton, Faye. Alright, and you, my lady.
I am the Duchess. Lady Vera.
Of course, and you, and Susanna looks up to you.
She's with
Or she's with you,
Bert
right?
is here, though, right?
Bert is here, and you.
Oh, you left too, right? Oh, no.
Bert. Right.
Bert.
Everyone make charm checks, please.
Easy. No, I'm pushing it.
How are you gonna push it?
What does he look like?
A one!
He is standing about 5 feet tall. He's got a bowler hat on, but you can tell that he's bald up there, and he has a little curly mustache.
Well, then I'm just going to just tip over a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead and roll that push.
That is a hard success.
Success. Okay. Inspector Henry looks over at all of you. He goes, Clayton, Faye, Bert. It is an honor to be in your presence, my lady. If I will not take too much of your time.
Yes, please. We're very shaken by what.
I understand completely as he takes off his bowler hat and sets his cane to the side and says, please have a seat, everyone. It will take no more than a few moments. I am sorry for what is occurred here. It is a grisly matter. It is not common in these hotels for there to be break-ins, much less homicides.
Homicide.
And as he pulls out a notepad and He says, did you, I've been informed that you were in this room and that perhaps you climbed over the balconies to get here,
yes.
making a good escape. I do commend you on making a very intelligent escape from the room.
Thank you. Vera and
We just showed
Faye
up.
were actually not here at the time. I was here.
I see, you were here at the time,
Yes.
and is that all?
I wasn't here either.
Yes. I was the only one
I suppose
of
I
us
will
who were
direct my
here.
questions to you then, Clayton. You were here at the time, you climbed over the balconies. Did you catch sight of the murder?
I did not. No, I heard we heard a scream from the balcony. Suzanne. Oh, shoot, Susanna's not here. My friend Suzanna popped down for some espresso, but she was also here. But we heard a scream from the balcony, and that's pretty much all. We don't know anything else.
Is Susanna still in the hotel, or maybe have her up here?
Well, you can go try to find her. Yes, she might be at espresso.
I'll make a persuade check.
Well, I got a 1 on charm. An extreme
You can
charm
roll
check.
persuade with a bonus die.
Okay.
My friend Suzette.
I had to go with it.
Oh my god. My friend Suze.
Suze.
Suze. My friend Suze.
I don't.
My friend Suze.
Me.
Screwed things up getting you out into the bathroom.
As he says, right, we'll see what we can be doing about getting Susanna up here. Did you know of any reason why there would be someone, that a murderer, breaking into your room specifically?
No, but the man who we saw come into the room, I don't know about his status or whether he's been murdered, but we saw him at a cafe yesterday. Maybe he saw his next victim walking down the street. You see me and my fiance here. We just got engaged, so we announced it on the radio. And when we passed him, I remember seeing him. And so maybe he was one of those night stalkers who says, "There, my next victims."
They are
And
very
of course,
dangerous.
we're traveling by the Orient Express, so he would have known that we would have had
Piles and piles of money.
lots of cash.
I see. Well, my congratulations.
Well, it's
on your
ruined now.
engagements. I apologize for that. I hope that we are able to make it up to you. So there is perhaps a stranger, a night stalker, who has come to attack you, something that you do not know. Is there any reason why you posted 2 security guards outside of your room then?
Well, that's my doing.
I see. And was there a reason for that?
Well, I am a duchess after all, and I hold a lot of valuable items that have been passed down through generations of Cogsworth. So I didn't want anybody to feel the need to linger too long in our room.
I see. Yes. Thank you for informing me. And are you? Did you kill him?
What? No, I haven't even seen him. They won't let me see him.
Yes. But you were aware that he was killed?
I was not. They wouldn't let, they said that you just said that there was a murder that happened, so I said maybe he was killed, but I did not kill him, no.
I see. Yes. Yes, positing that there was a murder. I apologize that you are shaken up right now. We will be finding your friend, Susan, was it?
Susan, that's right.
We'll find her to ask her more questions. And what is this, if I may ask? And
No,
he
it's with me.
points.
It's with me.
Did you remember to
Yes.
bring
Yeah,
it?
I've
she
been
said
carrying
so,
it.
yeah.
Incredible.
What is
Okay.
What?
As he looks over and...
Sorry, Eric.
No, please.
No, you said it,
I'm
yeah.
glad that you said it, yeah. As he goes over and says, "What is this?" He goes over to the balcony and he sees on the railing a little bird poop. He says, "The cleaner should have been here," as he swipes it away with his pen. And he comes back in.
You have a good eye, detective.
Thank you.
Well, not
I pride
good
myself
enough.
on it. As he dons his hat once more and Says, yes, I appreciate your helping me with this. We will be figuring this out as quickly as possible. You are welcome to stay in another room if we have accommodations. However, this wing is going to be closed off. We will not blame you if you find other accommodations.
You work at the hotel.
Yes, I do.
Are there often investigations to be done here?
There is theft more often than you would think.
Really?
Yes.
Daily?
Daily?
Would you say?
No, not
Oh,
daily.
what do you do on the day-to-day?
On the day-to-day, I am on call. Normally, I am a retired police officer.
Wow, well, it's a fantastic job.
Thank you. I will set up an appointment for you for tomorrow. 1 hour before noon, you will report to the Trieste Policia Department.
Thank you.
For more interviews, and we will get this sorted straight away. So 11 a.m. Policia, and I will go ahead and make stealth checks. Everyone who is in the bathroom.
In the loo.
In the loo.
Okay, this one's for Bert.
This one goes out for Bert.
This one goes out to Bert.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait, aren't you in the bathroom? Bert's out here.
Oh.
Oh, you're right.
You're right.
Nothing counts.
So.
Go ahead and reroll. Go ahead and reroll.
It was a 97.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I've rolled nothing lower than an 80.
Push it.
I
Well,
also failed.
Okay.
What about Suzanna?
If I do anything from there?
As he is walking out past the bathroom, there is a sound of a shoe squeaking on the floor. As he's walking out, he doesn't seem to notice. As he is going to the door. 11 a.m., Policia, thank you so much for your time. And as he opens the door, he turns back to you and says, and when she is finished in there, please inform Susan that we would like to see her
I'm
at
gonna
the
flush
station
and
as
walk
well.
out and close the door. I'm flushing and opening the. Yeah,
As you hear that, there's as he stops mid-sentence, and then the door opens, and...
hello, Susan.
Hey.
Hello. Appreciate that your friend Clayton was trying to respect your privacy as you were using the restroom.
Sorry, I had to. Sometimes when you gotta go,
Yes,
you gotta go. And for a lady, it can be a little embarrassing.
It is very gentlemanly, and I respect it. I will be directing you to the station tomorrow morning. Mr. Clayton here can give you the details, but I hope that you have a more peaceful rest of your day, and I believe that you will be shown off of this wing very shortly. So I would gather your things. They will be brought out into the hallway.
Do I recognize that guy?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Inspector Henry tips his hat and turns and walks down the hall to the elevator. As you hear the rolling sound of luggage being rolled down the hallway as hotel security brings it to you and gives it to you. As I say, we are going to need you out of this wing now of the hotel.
Yes, well, you could also bring up your manager. I need to have a word with the concierge that was downstairs.
Of course, if you will come this way, and the guard brings you around to a little sitting area,
Blonde.
a little sitting area in a different wing of the hotel, where you all gather with all of your things.
I think when the guard says that, I'll come out of the bathroom and follow.
Yeah, the guard doesn't really pay any notice to the extra people that come in. As Inspector Henry is gone, you all gather in the sitting room, and eventually the concierge comes up.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. So, because of the duress that you put us under,
Yes.
I am hoping that we will get a monetary compensation.
We will be refunding your entire stay. However, there are no more rooms available outside of the wing that is now closed off. I apologize for this.
Well, can we get a little bit more money since we have been put out on our hind legs to find other rooms available in a very busy town?
Trust me, you might save yourself trouble down the line with this one if you just do what she says right now. It's a whole thing with her.
Go ahead and make a credit rating check with a penalty die.
So which one do I?
So you roll the hundreds amount or the tens amounts, and you take the higher of that, so the worse of that.
Okay. I succeed.
She says, that can be arranged. We will procure some lire in order to fund your stay wherever you may go.
You are so kind. And would a complimentary breakfast here?
Yes, we
be
will get
available
a
as
meal
well?
voucher as well. Yes.
What I meant it. Anything else anybody wants?
I'm all right.
If I may return, there are many guests that
carte
are
blanche.
confused.
Carte blanche.
Carte blanche.
Just free reign to do anything in general. Just in general in your lives. I will see what can be done.
And my dear guest here just got engaged, so we would take 3 bottles of your finest champagne.
Yes, I can do this for you, of course. You will be directed down to the lobby now, and I will bring these things for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
She turns around, her mind spinning. You're all gathered in the elevator, going back down to the lobby, alone, the 7 of you, after this whirlwind, after the interrogation.
Wait, I got a little muddied on who was seen, who wasn't seen by who.
Me, Faye, Vera, and Bert were seen, and then you.
And then June slipped out at the last
June
second.
as Susan.
Right. I wrote Susan mode in my notes.
Yeah.
Did they see Suzanna and Bert? And Solomon?
No, they did
Okay.
not. Or the inspector did not.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guards have seen everyone.
Okay.
Security guards have seen everyone.
Okay. Okay.
Well-
Thank you. Well,
Is it-
what the hell was that?
What was what?
Why did you go run and hide in the bathroom?
Oh, that. Well, I haven't had the best experiences with law enforcement in this city. So I just thought it best to
In this city, particularly.
in a few cities, but this city is one of those cities.
So are you wanted?
What'd you do?
Well, I'm not wanted. I just let's just say I've been laughed out of. I was laughed out of the office when I went to them.
Oh, I see.
So I just thought it would be best to not, for you all to not have to seem like you're associating with me directly. Although it might have been fine. I didn't recognize that man.
Bert wants to psychology this.
Yeah, go for it.
See if he's lying. Success.
Success. What do you think Bert gathers from you? Just
Bert gathers that that this is a partial truth. I think that there's like more than I'm letting on, but
that's what Bert gathers.
so it strikes me as I see it that we have a number of questions that need answering. First of all, questions about this medallion, and
What medallion?
oh right.
Oh, brother. Well, we went to this museum, and there's a missing medallion, and we want it.
Okay.
Say no more.
I pick up quickly.
In the
The Taylor family.
Ioamani Winkelmano.
I'm curious how the Termina family got the medallions in the first place.
And we know that Antonio
Lives nearby.
Termina is the descendant who we can speak to.
And what's it to us? What's the medallion to us? Why do we want it?
Well, I think it may be connected to this cult. It may, perhaps, finding this medallion can help us find their temple, which seemed to be what you're looking for, certainly what I'm looking for, and possibly what they're looking for, which leads me to the next question. Who's the good professor?
I think we do know who that is, actually.
I think that's Dr. Julia Smith.
Does that name sound familiar to me? Probably not.
To you, go
Where's that
ahead
guy?
and just make a history check.
am I good for?
It's
I'm
probably
good at
not.
yelling at the concierge.
I'm
literally good at
And you are
yelling
damn
at the
good at it.
concierge, but I
God
can't.
damn.
Nope.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
And shoot my gun.
All right. Well,
Hey, it's a good skill set.
Hey.
do you know what the simulacrum is?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
We're trying.
Do
to
I
find-
believe her?
No.
You
I
can
said
do
yes.
a persuade. Well, yeah. So you get. Vera says no.
Just the
June
way you
said
said it
yes,
makes me-
and
okay.
Clayton spoke up in another way.
Well, in clarification, I say, we're trying to figure out. The simulacrum is very essential to our mission of what we're trying to find, but we're not quite sure what it is or what it entails or who has it or what it's been used for. We know it's an ancient text. That's really what we know.
Do I believe them collectively? How do I do that? Is that psychology?
You
or?
can make a psychology check. Yeah.
That's a hard success.
Hard
I would say
success.
that's true.
that is true. Yeah.
I'd say that's all true.
I'd say that's all true. I think you pick up on there being some touchiness with it, especially with
Alright.
Vera having flat out denied knowing it at all. But there's certainly some secretive
I
feeling
understand.
around it,
Alright.
but in a way
Um,
that doesn't seem like out of the ordinary for this
Like we
situation.
know what it is. Yeah.
My last question is: does anyone have any idea what might have happened in the year 331?
Wow.
I notice this letter is addressed in the
Birthday.
in the fifth in the
Heroes born.
1593rd year of the flaying.
I haven't been
Well-
around that long.
Well, 1593 years ago was the year 331. So it seems that that's when their calendar began. The year 331 AD.
Wait.
Well, do you believe that their years work the same as ours?
Well, perhaps not, but if they
That's
do,
interesting. Though it's an interesting
then I just think it's worth us investigating if something happened
Yes.
in the year
Roll if he's read
331.
anything about that?
Can I also know if I've known anything
Yeah,
about
go
it?
ahead and make a history check.
Can I also do that?
Finally. Woo! Hard success.
Hard success too.
I actually am an extreme success.
Woo!
Whoa.
No, never.
Gotcha.
Bert, get the check.
Said I've been to
So
the year
maybe I know, but
300.
I'm not letting on that I know.
What else did Bert get? Psychology.
Great. Give me one moment.
Okay, sorry.
I think I would say during that, if it's okay. Okay. I also would like to investigate the Grotta Gigante. It says that it is. It has.
great
It's
burrito.
a cavern. Yeah, true. A cavern, chambers, stalactites. If what these creatures are underwater, like you
Yes.
say. Have you been?
No, but that sounds like
Legore
possibly
territory.
a Legore territory. Underwater, you say?
It just says.
They may not be underwater. They are said to
It's-
live in caverns.
It's riddled
beneath
with
the surface.
sinkholes, caverns, and streams,
Well, that
which
sounds-
start or end without warning.
That sounds like
It seems right.
smoking gun.
And then 3 hours from here is Postuma, where there's the Grotta de Postumia, which is another. It's guided groups, daily tours into a stalagmite and stalactite formation, maybe even larger.
Are there tours for the other one? For the first?
It doesn't say that there are tours. The limestone trade. The Grotta Gigante is the nearest well-known cavern to Trieste at 9 miles distant. Its largest chamber, well worth inspection, is stalactite-laden, 780 foot long and 453 feet high. Doesn't say anything about tours there.
Well, that sounds like a place worth investigating.
I also think maybe we need to, well, maybe we resolve this first.
Perhaps we should speak to this Antonio fellow.
Successful history. Who rolled success on history?
All of us.
All of you. In your readings, especially, I think, in your travels across Europe now, just in sort of the tangential things that you've read about, thinking back to around the year 330, that kind of area, think back to things that you've read about. what pops up in your mind is stories of during the Roman Empire of there being a plague in the east of the Roman Empire, unrest, especially of Gothic people who were under the boot of the Roman Empire, uprisings, as well as pestilence spreading in the land.
So
Gothic people.
whoever
No.
whoever seems to be whoever wrote this letter, perhaps perhaps whatever they worship, perhaps there was just something of significance that allowed them to make it through that time alive in 331. Calendars begin at nexus points, at times of great significance for groups, and perhaps that's an important year to whoever is chasing you, whoever you saw.
Perhaps, yes.
I don't know if it will be significant for us or not, but
Yes. I think maybe of most significance is maybe the conversation on whether or not we're going to the police station tomorrow, and whether or not we should all go into hiding and disguise ourselves.
I was wondering that too, and if we do go in, if we should do the most tricky or crazy thing now. Because what if they keep wanting us back and holding us all day?
I just feel suspicious. I don't know about anybody else, but I obviously we know we didn't kill this person. So my initial instinct is I'm not scared. I will tell them the truth, and that's that. But
I would be wary. They don't, this police department in particular, they do not seem to respond well to theories that touch the darkness, if you were.
And we saw what happened in Venice. I mean, their entire police force was completely corrupt.
yes, if we get wrapped up in it, I think it's gonna be bad for us. I think
We're already wrapped up in it. If we hide, we're extra wrapped, I think. They might be wanted in every city
Double wrapped, if you were.
in all of Europe.
potentially, but I do think if our names get out there, right? If we've been seen in all of these different cities, they might be, what are you doing? What's the big plan here? If this one case that happened in a hotel room, they might not be scouring the continent of Europe to find us, but they might if they connect us to our entire trajectory throughout Europe and know our names and...
Don't you think they will start to put the pieces together if we do not show up tomorrow?
You can check out our hotel, our names on every hotel we've ever been to. It's
I've put my
Quite a
full
paper trail.
name down. I am a Duchess of England. They will know where I have stayed. In the last 3 places that we have stayed, there have been multiple murders of the same variety.
And if someone wants to find us, it's pretty easy to figure out that we've been taking the Orient Express, and that's our only way of getting where we need to go, really. I mean, they're going to catch up with us.
They have documentation actually far beyond what we would actually imagine.
Solomon,
I think we
this
have to
is-
get away with it. I think we have to prove our innocence.
Bert looks at
How?
We are innocent.
I don't think they care about that.
Well, it's much more likely they'll think we're guilty if we run
As a
than
former
if we show up.
as a former police officer, I can attest that what you're saying is correct. If you think there's a way to get in there and ease their mind that you're connected with this, then fine. If I were you, I would be cautious about sharing the perhaps more supernatural elements of this event.
I see.
I think we just go in there. We let the sweet people do the talking. There's no evidence that it would be us. They can't prove anything. And if they can't prove it, then we're innocent.
It's potentially not how this
yeah.
judgment system works. It might be how it works in America. It's not how it works here, potentially. I believe we might be guilty until proven innocent. And I don't think we can prove ourselves innocent.
Well, I don't think we can hide. I think they'll know everywhere we're trying to go. Unless we ditch the Orient Express.
Go into a cave. for a
Forever.
week.
But then they'll know that the
We still
Orient
have
Express
Orient
is...
Express.
Go ahead and make
It's the only
a
way.
no roll.
No?
Yeah.
What's that? Oh. What's that?
No, I believe is education. I could be wrong about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Success.
Success. You do know you're on the edge of Italy.
So
The Orient Express is about to cross the border.
And they wouldn't, you don't think, have, like,
I'd say you just operate with that information.
communication between...
Can you go
They
backwards?
might not be able to like extradite us or something. Like,
Can you go backwards on the Orient Express? Like,
Can
can
you go
we
back
just
the
like
other way?
pop to the next one and then like come back when things have cooled down?
and I assume there's another train tonight too. Like, do we know when the next train? Oh wait, it is nighttime.
The Orient Express, no, it's just afternoon right now. The Orient Express comes in about, it was like 7 o'clock, I think, that it comes into town.
Is there one in the morning usually? I feel like we've had some.
Every 24 hours.
Okay.
There's also two
Suzanna-
customs checkpoints coming up, so in order to give our passports and things, we're gonna have to be clear probably with Italian.
Susanna, do you have any idea if I know that you were not directly involved in a lot of what your dad and Alberto were up to, but do you have any idea if any of that bled into Trieste? If any, the guy outside, the investigator seemed interested in your name.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know why he would be interested in me. Alberto's work was largely import and export inside of Venice. He was on the docket for promotion in Rome, where he would be Minister of Commerce for the whole country, but I don't know of any business that he had in Trieste now.
I mean, but the cult is certainly here. The Brotherhood.
So at this point, you've received your 3 bottles of Prosecco, as well as your 200
Prosecco, I
lire.
asked for champagne.
Prosecco's all they have here, as they give you Prosecco, and give you 200 lire and your espresso and everything, and you are let loose from the hotel.
Well, shall we to the grotto?
No,
Bert's-
What do you think?
I don't think we should go to the grotto. We have a strong lead to go to Antonia Terminus House.
Oh,
We do.
Hang
we do.
on.
What was
Bert-
that, Mr. Flynn?
Solomon, we've been very forthcoming with you about what we're up to. And clearly, we're no strangers to needing to hide, needing to disguise who we are. But if we're going to help you do that, we need to know the full picture here. We need to know how to help you. We need to know what to say, what not to say. And frankly, I'm curious what's next for you if you do find these demons? You seem obsessed.
I don't know. I don't know where it goes beyond them. This may be where my road ends. I don't have a life to go back to. I've destroyed my life looking for these. Looking for the origin of evil. What could be more compelling, more important than finding where it all began? The source of darkness on this world. The source of these unimaginable, unexplained terrors that we commit against each other.
To me, staying alive is more important.
Not to me. The people in Kingston, Rhode Island, the people on that farm, they didn't get a choice. And I'm getting the sense that you all know people who didn't get a choice either. I promise I do not work against you. But I have done some terrible things. In order to find what I know now, My hands are not clean. Perhaps I'll tell you more when this is all over. And I turn and walk away, just a couple steps away, and look down.
June is like. Can we trust this guy? What the hell?
I mean, he's right. We do. Solomon, all know people who weren't given that choice, but
I do not work against you.
All right.
so
Then
what do you
where
all
to?
think? Should we split up and go to? You guys go on the medallion journey, since we know less about it, I suppose.
And you go to the caverns?
We go to the grotto.
You're not going to the grotto
Oh, that's
alone.
dangerous.
Yeah,
I don't think you
feel good
should.
about that. I'm curious too. I mean, I don't know who we'd ask, but I'm curious if there's any talk, if anyone knows anything about a zealous religious group or something here. You know, if anyone might be able to help us find this temple.
Well, a little part of me believes that whatever cult we are pursuing is hiding in plain sight.
Indeed. I think we need to ask questions about this Termina family. If they're connected, perhaps, if they're connected to the medallions, they may be connected to this cult. I assume they're powerful. I assume they're wealthy. Perhaps they are part of this cover. This shelter that covers them.
Well, and we also need to find a place to stay, and I recall that, I think this is gone now. The Locanda Grande, what is that?
Locanda Grande, yeah.
hotel.
So you learned about the Locanda Grande from the curator at the museum, that
Yeah.
this is where Johann Winkelmann was murdered. It was
But it's gone now,
in
right?
time torn down, but since then, another hotel has been built on it.
The Hotel Vinoli.
Yes, the Hotel Vinoli stands on the location
I mean,
where
should
the
we
Locanda
Let's-
Find a new
Yes.
hotel in the Hotel Vinoli?
Yeah, let's drop our stuff off, and I feel like we should attend to the Termina family.
Yes, and staying at the Hotel Vinoli,
Yes.
that helps us closer. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's fantastic.
I think if we can, I'm going back to the police bit of it all.
I know. I'm like, should we get ahead of them? Should we just
I
go
know.
right now and be like, we're trying to leave? I don't know.
I would love to get out of town before that appointment, out of the country before that appointment.
Right now, I would say it's about 3 p.m.
You think we can do all that we need to do in 4 hours?
I'm not
Wait, what? Does the train get here at
7?
No way.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Not a chance.
But
do I
if
know
we don't show
anything
up,
about getting out of this country by foot?
By foot. I would say that there are places outside of Trieste where the Orient Express hits. Getting by foot at this
Or like by
time,
car, right?
By
Like
car.
by
It's
not-
certainly possible to
By
get out of
plane.
the country by train, by foot, by car. Plane is shaky. There's like just the beginnings of commercial airlines.
Not commercial, private.
Interesting.
I can fly a plane.
I could drive a car.
All these things are feasible. There's something.
I have my S-Class license.
What's the next city?
Well, it says Postumia is another Italian customs checkpoint, and is that technically not part of Italy?
That is in Italy.
Why does it say? Okay, so it says Postumia. This is an
Sorry.
Italian customs checkpoint. Italian police
Can I
check
help
the
you?
passports and visa of all those entering or leaving the country.
Is there something?
So that's like the very edge of
Oh,
Italy.
Dawn
got
on
it,
my
got it,
chest.
got it. So they'll check it
Forgive
at
me,
Postumia
madam.
before we
I
get
was
to
just
Rakek, which
taken
is the kingdom of
Right.
for a
Serge,
moment.
Croats, and Slovenia.
Yeah.
My eyes
I would
wandered.
say you would also know this is
You're a
tumultuous
beautiful
time
woman.
in Italy. You might guess that
Taking
there's
the
ways
splendor of
to
my beauty,
pierce
you
the
like.
border without being caught.
Forgive me.
I think maybe we go for one of those.
What was it? We might be able to...
Don't take the Orient Express. Drive over borders.
But
I don't know.
Get a drive over. Maybe we just
Or
start with
fly.
I think fly. They won't be able to catch us.
I turned to
We
a
could rent a private jet
From
for a
Trieste.
day.
Can you fly? Faye?
Yes.
But how are we going to land it without permission? In
I
a
speak Italian.
A desert of some sort?
Maybe we just
A lake?
start with doing these errands and
I think we
Go
could get
from there.
permission. I don't think you need there's radio back then over on a plane.
On a plane, yeah. That'd be radio.
We'll just tell them we're having an emergency.
And they'll be like, why are you in a stolen vehicle from Italy?
It's not stolen. We've rented it.
Oh, they wouldn't know. Police departments across country line, they don't talk to each other like that.
Yeah.
I actually,
And you're allowed to land anywhere.
yeah, I'm not familiar with.
You are.
I'm not familiar with regulation around that. I don't know that private aircrafts like that are regulated.
Yeah, can I?
Although they
know
should
that?
be, and perhaps in the next few years, that
There's no
regulation.
regulation of private planes at this time.
Go ahead and go ahead and make a history check.
Can I do pilot?
I believe that would be just the driving.
ooh, Bert got an extreme success on history.
Extreme success in history.
I'll do it on laws.
Flopper
based
on history.
But my knowledge of laws are 10 years old.
I don't follow.
I'd say anyone with success. There are richer people who would have sort of runways, makeshift runways that they've built for private planes. Flight is at its very beginnings here. There are
It's not
the
regulated.
beginning of like
Water
aerodomes that are outside of large cities, like London has an aerodome, Paris has an aerodome.
Venice, Trieste.
So you might not find a full-on aerodome outside of a place like Trieste. I'd say the best bet you might find is if there's a very wealthy person who happens to have an estate nearby that might own a private plane, but it's not common at all at this time.
Should we check the terminus? They seem like a very rich family.
Yes, let's do it.
I think we're putting the cart before the horse here a little bit too.
Yes.
I'm not comfortable leaving without finding the artifact.
Okay.
Don't y'all think?
Okay.
Don't you? Don't
No,
you guys-
definitely.
No, I'm with you,
Definitely.
But
So
it is
I
good
think
to
we might just
have
have to go into the police department.
I feel like we should put that on a note that we put on the door for later.
If tomorrow we
Yeah.
don't find what we need, I think we'll figure out what to do.
Yes.
So we're talking cave. We're talking the Termini family.
Yes, I think we go Termini family first, right? Then cave.
Hotel first. Drop
Hotel.
Then
Hotel
Termini.
Termini Cave.
Hotel, Termini, cave.
Perhaps on the way, if there's an opportunity, we could just casually ask if anyone is familiar with the Termini family.
Yeah.
I'd like to know a little more about them before we go.
And am I missing something with like? I think I'm missing the tie-in a bit here too. Like I'm looking for this temple.
Indeed.
Right. I do think the temple's underground, though. Am I not wrong?
Well, I think that's my theory. I don't know that there's an indication they're looking for the temple as well.
Right. The only benefit I see, or the good thing that of this guy coming after us, which we don't know how he found us, but is that it says watch for these followers and try to learn the location of the temple. Oh wait, no. Should any seek to subvert our glorious purpose, be sure to find out what they know before you take that most proper and righteous sacrifice from their profane bodies. So it seems as though we are ahead of them.
We might be.
If he's trying to kill us and take our profane bodies, they're also trying to get information from us. So that's good.
Yeah. I think it's worth asking around if anyone knows about a culty kind of group
Indeed.
and where they meet. I don't know. Just see if there's any information. Stop and ask about both.
Is there any advantage to going to a library and looking at old newspaper clippings?
Potentially. I don't know who
I don't know if you're the
else we'd
reading
ask.
type.
You know, Solomon,
are.
that there's not like a large. There's a city library here in Trieste. You know.
That's, that's just a possibility. We don't have to do it.
I don't know who else we'd ask. Yeah.
What you guys doing? As you head out from the Savoia,
We're going
Palace.
to the hotel.
going to the Hotel Vinoli.
Mhm.
Gotcha. You make your way across Trieste.
Should we use aliases here just in case?
Well, I'm Susan now.
It does seem like someone's onto you.
What? I don't know the reason why I would use an alias.
let's say they convict us all guilty tomorrow.
Well, they're going to
They can't
convict me,
convict us.
Lady Vera, over there
Well-
if they're going to connect me to the other hotel
They tracked
that
you.
I'm tracking in here.
They tracked you down to your previous room. They want something of yours.
I am wearing a all-white Arctic fur fox suit. There is no way that
no
I will
problem
be
finding
remiss to believe that they will not know who I am.
What is it
People
that they
have had
want?
no problem finding us every time we have tried to throw them off course, you know? People have still shown up at our hotels.
If I may,
I think it might
I
be
know-
more suspicious to keep changing our names too when we look like us.
If I may, I know we all have our secrets, but do you know what they were looking for? They came. Were they looking for something, or were they looking for you?
Information on this this cult, which we're trying to find as well.
Just information.
Yes.
All
You
right.
walk, you find yourselves crossing the Piazza d'Italia, or the Piazza Unita d'Italia, this large square going between old buildings. And
Do you see that
When
bug?
that guy fell off the clock tower, he turned into a bat.
as you cross
Oh.
this square, you see this beautiful hotel
Nice.
of a newer make. This Hotel Vinoli, a little bit more modern, a little bit more 1910s, 1920s sort of esteem to it. Still ornate, still a luxury hotel, no doubt. As you make your way in and find it sort of a middling amount of people here, people lounging in the lobby, and you're able to check in. And what names do you use as you check in?
Susan Mode.
We could just use, I guess.
I'm using my full name.
Yeah, lady.
Okay. Under Lady Vera
and
Fistmuch Wankington, Duchess of Coxworth. Under that name, you are able to get your normal arrangement of rooms,
I
a
think
luxury
Suzanna could
suite.
use a different name too.
Well, I feel like we
don't
may
have
not
to
have
put all that
to.
in.
She's buying all the rooms.
All under Lady Vera.
Yeah.
You are able to acquire the rooms, and you're able to set all of your things down as you go up again to this top floor of the hotel where the suite is, with multiple bedrooms and another set of bedrooms, or another bedroom besides. You're able to take a breath. This time the windows don't look out on water, they look down on the square. You can see the Trieste civilians walking to and fro in the afternoon, going about their business.
Wait, sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
confused by the timeline here. Was it the middle of the night when he came in?
No.
No.
It was middle of the day.
Shoot.
I know, I had that in my head too.
I know. Maybe it's because we kept on being like, I'll just rest here.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were
until
resting for the
tomorrow.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were resting there for the day, and you were not able to do so. As it is now, 4 p.m.-ish, you have all checked in, set your things down in this room, and the afternoon is yours.
Okay.
June's gonna take a quick moment to try to do a little first aid if anyone is able to help.
Hello. What do you need from me?
How'd you get hurt?
I'm just still recovering from the bullet to my head.
Oh, but
think
can't you
you
only
failed.
can't you only do first aid once on each?
Once per day, you can do a medical check, I
That's
believe.
what I meant.
Yeah.
Just a little like bandage moment.
Oh, plus the.
The initial
One you
is
get-
first aid, like right when you get the wounds, and then you get a medical check, I think, every day, where you get to heal 1 hit point if you succeed.
Oh, I
Oh.
thought you just automatically healed 1 hit point every night.
Maybe I'm wrong about
That's
that.
what we've been doing.
Oh, gotcha.
We've been doing,
And that's
but-
great.
But a
I feel like
medical
as we've been
check-
moving, I feel like as
I'll
we've been
allow the
going through the
medical.
world,
Go
we've been
for it.
like taking little moments to.
So you gotta get a 1.
Are you good
to
at-
get a medical check?
Yeah, that's what I was asking for help.
Oh, that's what you meant. Oh,
Guys,
no,
anyone good
then
at
no, you don't
medicine?
want me.
Mm-mm. I think none of us have that.
Shoot.
Let me see if I can help. Can I help you in some way?
If you have a good medicine number.
Oh, medicine. I thought it was first aid. Got it.
Yeah.
0.
Okay,
Medicine
never
is
mind.
generally,
Plus- okay.
more the work of like doctors and professional
Okay.
medical people. But you do take a moment to catch your breath and kind of look at your wounds, clean them. Your arms still strange. The skin has never been quite the same since the encounter with the Duke. And the headache still occurs, just coming in, ebbing and flowing throughout your days from the bullet wounds to the side of your head.
I can imagine there'd be a headache.
You all gather yourselves.
What
You
is
have some decisions to make about how you're going to carry forward here in Trieste. What would you like to do?
What would our approach be with Antonio Termina? What's the angle?
Maybe we're up front and we say we learned from the museum curator that your family was given or bought these medallions, and we were just interested, and Lady Vera can say, I'm rich too, I have a collection of XYZ, and then he'll say, oh, and I'll speak Italian and look cute, and we'll get right in there.
Remind me, the medallions were in the possession of this Winkelmano.
Then he was murdered.
He got the medallions from the Termina family?
No.
The curator explained that the medallions were the possessions of Winkleman at the time of his death, and then after his death, they were acquired by the Termina family, and at some point they were gifted to the museum by the Termina family.
What if one of us is a descendant of this Winkleman? And we're just here trying to get closure on our grandfather.
How long ago was Winkleman death?
Did he die in like 17?
Winkleman died in 1760.
On our on our family history. I don't know. It's just an approach. It's an idea. It's not necessarily the right idea.
I think it's an all right one. Yeah. Seems like
or maybe we
threads have
pretend.
led you here.
Perhaps we
Really,
pretend
in
that
real
we
life.
have lead on the final medallion.
All right.
The one that's been stolen.
But if the goal is to actually get that medallion, aren't we going to want to know it? Yeah, we're going to want to run into people who have it. And if we start saying that we have it...
Does he know what happened to it? Perhaps, right?
I think that's not a bad question,
Yeah.
Or maybe we have...
An idea.
We have an idea, but it's...
Because then we can also read when we say our wrong idea,
True.
if he thinks it's wrong, and why. You know?
True, and if he has any ideas, we can compare notes.
So what's the idea?
Well, maybe that's where your truth comes in.
There is no truth. What truth?
We don't know anything.
Your truthful approach. That perhaps... I don't know, or a theory around why Winkleman was murdered. I don't know, unless Termina was behind it.
Right, that's my one concern, is that he gave all the medallions except the one that he wanted.
Seems like the most obvious.
I always think a fantastic approach is always to go through Bert. Bert is writing a novel, a spooky novel on the spooky events. It seems innocent, and yet it seems like people want to give us information.
It's a very good approach.
Yeah, it's worked in the past.
That's a good approach.
Let's take it then.
The curator did inform you that the Termina family, or the living descendant of the Termina family, Antonio, lives near the museum, like just around the corner from that.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So you head out from your hotel, leaving behind people as they're...
Although, are we bringing the base case?
Yeah, June
Should I
has it
stay
right
here
now.
with it?
What is that? That's an instrument?
I could really use some rest.
You want to
say?
Oh, that's the whole reason yeah, totally.
I can stay here with you if you want.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
That's okay with me. I'm not...
It's an instrument that you're fond of?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll stay too. I mean, I still was...
Dropping like flies.
So
we never got to...
Follow through with that
We never got
plan.
to rest like we wanted to before, yeah.
So, Bert, Faye, Salomon.
And you
Vera.
are. I hope.
Vera. Yes.
Just getting reintroduced.
We will go talk to Antonio.
All right.
Okay.
Be safe.
You guys be safe. It seems that Perhaps it might be more unsafe in the
It does
hotel
seem-
room based on last
It does seem
time.
like you're
It
making
also
the
said
same
that he
mistake
has-
twice.
He was told, SM told him to travel to Trieste with as many of our brothers as you need. So it doesn't seem like
He's alone.
he's alone.
Right, so
Four of
perhaps
you
there's
head
some
out.
advantage to us staying
What
together,
weapons
but
do we
see
have
ya.
with us? Do we have a gun? So you have Faye's gun. I feel like you
I have
gave
a
it
fire
to-
poker.
No, I think I have it back.
I have a gun.
But
Can we be left with one gun?
Not my gun.
I'm not a good shot either way.
Faye
but
has the
are
only
you?
other gun.
Maybe we'll just go buy a gun.
You can't buy a gun.
We can't?
Yeah, remember
No.
we had to
Well, you're
hide.
not allowed to
We had to
have
hide our
guns.
guns.
Shoot.
I don't know if I'm feel comfortable parting with this. And I pull back and you didn't see before, I have a 45 revolver on like a hidden little spot in my hip.
Should we make a gun?
We blow up in the hotel room.
Why is it
Faye,
you're not
would you
coming
mind
along?
giving Clayton your gun again?
all right.
I know. Just so
I'm
we
always
have
the one giving it up.
You know. Well, who's the best shot?
Well,
What is your
What is it's
firearm?
45.
75? At this point.
I went to police academy, but I'm not as good as that.
Okay, 40. Mine's 42. Yeah. Yours is like 20.
Oh,
Well, Faye has a better shot than you, Solomon.
Well, I don't know if there's any way to prove that unless we go to the range.
Well,
Would
here's
you
the
like
thing,
to?
Solomon? We've already trusted you very quickly.
That's true.
This would be
This is true.
a very large show of trust. If,
What?
If you were to give us your gun for safekeeping.
I'm just thinking
as of
if what
now.
happened last time happens again and we can't sneak out, like, we are sitting ducks against this guy.
What's in the case?
all right, have mine.
I take the gun.
All right, let's go. The sun's gonna set soon.
As
All right.
Faye,
I start to
Bert,
walk away.
Vera-
And I just stand there and like
I
watch.
feel like, Carson, do you want to be Bert for this? Because I feel like you have a better understanding of what. I don't really understand what we're doing.
What?
Oh no!
I feel like you better understand the expedition that is happening right now to the family.
Oh.
I'm saying you want to be Bert for
Oh,
this.
For like
sure.
I'm writing a book.
Sure, yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. As
Because I don't know what's going on.
Faye,
As you
Bert,
walk away,
Vera, Solomon.
I'll just like, well, be careful.
As you walk towards the door, you hear a heavy boom thump outside the door, and you hear a voice from the other side of the door. That, sorry about that, sorry. And a waiter who just tripped and fell keeps walking.
Was that a
past
little
the
Ignore door.
joke?
As the four of you head out to the front of the hotel.
Oh.
He thinks he's funny.
He thinks you're clever, huh?
Make your way to
Oh my God.
the district.
What?
Oh, I think it was taken off. Is that scratched out? It says that Bert has a handgun, but only has 20.
Oh.
But it also might be scratched off. What do you guys think?
I
Does that
don't
look
think
scratched
Bert
off?
has a gun.
I don't
He's
think Bert has
never used a gun.
I think he's been given a gun.
Maybe so.
Like, what do you guys think about that scratch?
I
over
think
the
he was
Derringer?
given a gun when he was hanging. When he was not hanging. When he was trying to, like, when we got the guards in Venice.
Okay.
As you all head
Yes,
off
we gave the gun. Yeah.
under cloudy skies, you make your way towards the museum area, and you find yourself in a lovely area of town, a luxury district here. The buildings here are on the newer side, and sort of these palazzos, these mansions and different things. As you make your way to where the curator told you the Termina family lives, their old family house, and approach the heavy door there. Do you just go ahead and knock?
Yes.
Knock on the door using the heavy
makes such a
brass
loud
knocker
sound.
on it. The crossroads that we had here was, how's the doorman? Cordial or a real asshole?
Oh.
Cordial, we got 3 votes. A real asshole, we got 5 votes.
Yeah.
As the door opens
what I
and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
The door opens, and you see a man with full comb over of dark hair, bags under his eyes, tall and slightly gaunt, look down at you and look at all of you. What is it?
Hello. I was wishing to take a luncheon. What time is it?
It's about 4 o'clock. Tea time could be.
Great. I wish to call on Signor Termina.
It's Termina.
Say it
What
again.
is your business?
Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
Termina.
Termina. Did I say correctly?
You got it.
Great. Can you say my name?
No, I don't believe that you've introduced yourself.
Oh, well, thank you for giving me the platform. My name is Lady Vera Margarita Fistmuch Winkington, Duchess of Coxworth.
I see. What business do you have with my master?
Well, my son here, Bert, is writing a book. I am helping him publish. This is my secretary, Faye.
Hi.
What would you want to be?
And
Secretary's fine. I'm looking for a promotion.
And this is my security, Salomon.
Mr. Fry, how do you do?
Yes, hello. I
Sorry.
suppose that you may have a few moments if you would come and do not touch anything, as he opens the door and beckons you into a beautiful mansion. One that, were you to have a home in Italy, you could easily see yourself keeping. Polished.
Easily buy.
You could easily buy. I mean, probably easily buy. Beautiful stainless marble, lacquered wood all around. As you're led into a little waiting room here in the vestibule. Looking into this entrance vestibule, it's decorated with paintings on the wall, oil paintings, and various art objects around, some of which appear quite valuable. As he says, do you have a card?
Oh, yes.
He takes your card and says, my master will perhaps see you in a moment. Do not touch anything. I will be back. And he turns and leaves you in this entrance hall. Looking around, you can see there are display cases of different little sculptures, paintings of very highfalutin figures and different people. As you have a moment alone.
I think Bert would look at each of the placards on each of the art pieces and note the artists. Baking Bad, Hannah, Mackenzie, Ellie, Jordan C, Caitlin, Georgia, Morgan, Haley, Elisa, Julissa, Kennedy, Baron, Henry, Zane, Jordan A, Pablo, Mary, Ryan, Melissa, Dunkstu, Laura, Yoel, and Cal.
Quite a collection.
Wow.
Fantastic
The Free
art.
Spirits Artist Collective.
Best artists out there.
As you're in here for a moment alone, go ahead and all of you make spot hidden checks.
Fail. Fail, fail.
Oh my god.
We got fail.
I fail.
I'm gonna push it.
Whoa.
I was thinking about
I
how to push
succeeded.
it, but I can't think of how.
You
I-
succeed.
Bert succeeded.
Amazing.
I'm gonna push. Can I push?
Uh-oh, yeah.
How would you like to succeed?
Oh, show you what
I'll
I said.
get it. This has happened before.
Yeah.
How would I like to
do
push?
his twisties.
I like to do my little twist.
With most of my spot hiddenness, I like to pull out my opera glasses from somewhere in here.
Absolutely. Pulling out your opera glasses. Go ahead and roll with
You
a push.
Yeah, why not?
What if you break?
Break one of the paintings.
I already said it. I can't take it back now.
Go for it.
Well, it's a success. It's actually,
Woo!
it's a hard success.
Hard success. Incredible.
Let's
Bert.
wave.
Was it Bert or Clayton? Sorry.
Clayton said
Clayton succeed.
Clayton is not here.
It's Bert.
Clayton's not here. Sorry. Bert and Vera succeed. Great. I'd say both of you notice as you're looking around and you see these paintings of figures that seem to resemble each other, seem to be like family paintings throughout history. Both of you notice. your spot hidden checks.
Eric is really loving it.
This eventually is an audio episode. You just did the wave.
It took a little work though.
Yeah.
Both of you with your successes of spot hidden. You notice just amidst a lot of different figures of antiquity, different little sculptures, faces, a couple strike your notice of human figures is sort of like primitive kind of design, primitive make, with kind of oddly bent limbs, almost like a little melted figure. And with your hard or extreme? Hard. With your hard success on that, you notice that on some of these, they look almost as if they've been coated in this like semi-opaque glaze that, rather than a normal glaze which would like accentuate features, seems to almost hide features or obscure a little bit. And as you're looking at these things, you hear a slight knock on a threshold as a man enters. This slightly shorter than his servant man, with short, dark hair. He's a little fuller-faced. He's wearing just a jacket and a shirt with no tie, and his left sleeve is folded up and pinned as he is missing one arm. As he comes in and says, "Greetings, I am Termini, Antonio Termini. I welcome you." He turns back. I'm sorry for my servant's behavior, if he was unkind to you all. You are writing a book.
Yes.
That is wonderful. I welcome you. This is very exciting sort of thing. I've never been interviewed for a book.
Sorry, one more time. I was fixing something on the sheet when you... Before the glaze, there were like creatures and things?
There's like primitive sort of sculptures of humans, almost like not very like...
Oh, I see. Okay.
Just...
but nothing like ooky spooky.
Nothing ooky spooky. The limbs seem a little deformed kind of on them. On the ones that you noticed. They seem fairly old. As he comes to you, says, "Come with me out of the drafty entrance hall. Come to a sitting room. Please join me."
Thank you.
Grazie.
So he gestures you in, and down a hallway until you enter a large room, not just a sitting room, but a study. There's a large desk and shelves of books and papers and different things. As he gestures you to couches to sit on. And says, you and your mother are traveling and researching, correct?
Yes, that is right. We are particularly interested in your family line. And we're sort of doing it as a group as well. Together, I obviously write the pieces.
Yes.
But all of us are interested in the context. So
Yes.
Perhaps we can do this as a group.
I come from a long line of scholars and researchers, and such work is at times lonely, but more often it is a collaborative nature. People mistake that, so I respect what you are saying. It is a group project.
Yes. But firstly, I think that we want to know about your... I'm not quite sure how you're related to him, but the Termina man who passed.
No, sorry.
I'm the wrong person to go on this
I'm
journey.
I'm the note taker.
Yes.
No, so we were interested in Winkleman. Ioanni
The archaeologist, yes.
Yes, of course. We went to the museum to see all of the medallions that were gifted by your family.
Yes.
And we're just curious how your family came into contact, and if you know where that one missing was. It was piqued our interest as well. Good for our story.
You found a little mystery. That is very interesting.
And the mystery of his murder is a fascinating mystery.
Yes, well, they did, perhaps curator did not tell you, they did find the murderer, and he was just a little graphic, so please pardon me. His body was broken on a wheel in the plaza out in Trieste, the Piazza Unita Italia, now it is. It was famously gruesome punishments, but he murdered someone who is by all accounts a very fine man and certainly a fine archaeologist, so some would say that he had it coming.
They found him broken on the wheel, or that was his
it
punishment?
was his punishment.
Who's the murderer?
Arcangeli was his last name. I do not remember his first name. But as he's speaking about this, yes, you have happened upon, a very interesting mystery, one that I do not have an answer for, but as he's speaking to you, he's kind of mind racing, his eyes kind of darting. He's going up to a ladder by the shelves and sort of pulling out papers and different things and books. And he says, we have some of Johann Winkelmann's work here. How we came upon it, it was after his murder and after the murderer was killed and everything, there was an auction of his Winkelmann's estate, his belongings, and my great-great-grandfather, I would say, I might be getting one great wrong on there, he was a scholar and he was wealthy enough at the time to acquire a great many of his items, including his collection of medallions.
No medallion.
He collected the medallions, yes. Those are what are at the museum.
Well, they were given to the museum by the family.
Right, but not the missing one.
No, that was never found. No.
It's missing from the beginning.
From the beginning, he didn't buy it.
No, that was it was not a part of the collection. When he was killed, it was not with him, it was not on his person, it was not among his things. And that is why it is the mystery that I'm saying. So, very interesting mystery, one that has not been solved.
And
Can I get a second?
Yeah,
I'm
same,
sure if people
same.
Go for it.
and have people, done any research? I'm sure they have into Arcangeli, if perhaps he stole it or something. I'll do a psychology too, but I believe this guy for no reason.
Nice voice.
Yeah, nice voice. Always nice voice.
Seems like a sweet back.
Yeah.
Can I push it by
Callback.
just my eyes never having left him since he started talking? Is that an acceptable push? Like I'm weirdly staring at him?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I will say I did just push it, and I failed both times.
What were you doing to push it?
Do you
I think
reroll
I
both
go-
for push?
But nothing about the missing one!
As he's on his ladder and getting
also
things,
failed.
and he and falls from the ladder and crashes down.
Oh my
Hi.
god. I'm sorry, I get,
No.
excited.
And he kind of curls up his right
We're
wrist.
gonna be
to
another
his-
crime scene.
You'll have to excuse me. I am a bit jumpy. I'm sorry. Give
why
me
are you
a
jumpy?
moment.
Bert. Heal.
He kind of gestures to his missing arm. I was in the war, and the nerves have not been the same since.
I'm so sorry for putting you through this. My son is just very excited about this topic. Maybe your butler can bring you some tea to calm you down.
Yes, that might be best. In the meantime, I will go get that. Have a look at these things. These are the collection of what we have from you, Winkelmann.
I just want to share that I also failed when I pushed.
As he gestures to that, and he starts like walking out the room to get tea. He looks at you, and you see as he just sees you boring into him with your eyes. As he just kind of keeps eye contact with
He
you,
goes to leave and I like...
and you can kind of see his eyes widen and go a little pale as he walks out of the room and shuts the door behind.
I'm stuck.
Well, do we feel that then we know the murderer? Do we feel that? I mean, he murdered him for a reason. You think he took?
He has
him
laid down papers in front of you as well.
Yeah,
Just set the
Yeah,
scene.
I'll start.
Me
Is
too.
there Arcangeli papers?
Looking through, you don't find any mention of Archangeli besides there's some reports about his punishment just from that period. Just some saved.
Right.
Archangeli is the name of the murderer.
Right, he was killed on the wheel out
Yes.
front for
Yeah,
killing him in the hotel.
he was
that
executed.
killed.
Yeah, but I don't
Yes.
know if that's like, I feel like that's just like a red herring.
Red herring.
Is there any papers on like the purchase of these medallions? Like, there has to be written documentation.
Looking through, you find many papers written in Latin, things that are...
Can't read that.
but you see references. These seem to be old sort of field recordings of like archaeology field recordings. Seeming to there's mention of Pompeii. There's mention of Herculaneum. Looking through, you find that most things are in Latin. It strikes you as something that might be written as sort of almost like a code written by an archaeologist to keep them private. As you continue to look through, you find amidst the papers that there is a leather-bound book in here. And opening that up, you find a language not Latin, but rather using alphanumerical system that you would recognize just from having studied antiquity to some amount and having visited plenty of museums in your time to be ancient Greek.
Oh, cool.
As at this point, Antonio and his servant come back in. The servant's carrying a tray of tea that he passes out to all of you with a dour look in his eyes as Antonio says, sorry for my jumpiness there. Please enjoy tea.
It was all our fault. Really, it was all our fault.
He says, I see
I
you
have
have
a poor
picked up...
bedside manner.
What's that?
I have a poor bedside manner.
That is quite all right. You are...
Kind soul.
Yes,
Kind soul.
yes.
And I am an excitable young boy.
I can see that. His diary is striking your interest.
Yes, well, I'm more of an antiquities person, so
Is he?
I was just interested in the leather bounding and the letters that I saw. So
I have never given that a look. I do not read ancient Greek, as it were. We have not given that much
would you mind
look.
if I borrow it?
Looks at you. Go ahead and make a credit rating check.
That is an extreme success.
The day you throw that roll, it will
I
be.
know it's going to be.
Says,
good.
I hope that none of you will take offense to this, but I would be honored if you would take it, but to keep it on your own person. It is a dainty object, and I do not think that any of you would do anything untoward with it, but I do not want it to go missing. It would be a bit of a loss for our family.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe your butler could wrap it up in something quite nice, maybe a silk of some sort.
Yes, perhaps. And if you're looking to get it translated, there is a man in town, Marcius Montanelli. He does translations. Generally, he does translating, since we are near the border, for Italian, Austrian, English, but he knows the languages of antiquity as well. He may be able to help you.
I would love that.
Of course. I hope that whatever is here is helpful for your book research.
Yes, I certainly think it will be. Where's the men's room?
Yes, right in the hall on your right. Yes.
Thank you.
We will wait right here, son.
I go out and I'm gonna go to the men's room, but I'm gonna look a little bit around. Some suspicious stuff, some spooky ooky stuff, some staircases down into some caverns, some cultish going-ons.
Go ahead and make a spot hidden check.
You didn't point out those weird figurines, right?
No, but they were in the hallway, right?
Yeah.
The figurines.
Yeah, they were in the hallway.
I was going to give them a good look when we go out.
Yeah.
I failed. I'm not gonna push it.
Okay. Yeah. You see that the servants is in the main kind of area, so it'd be tough to have a really good look around. So you see that the bathroom is right here. You would have to duck in for plausible deniability. Okay. So you make your way to the restroom.
I go into the bathroom and I sort of twiddle my thumbs.
Can't pee.
Unable to pee. As Antonio looks to all of you and says, I hope that was helpful for him. He seems a little nervous.
He's just an excited young boy. You know, his first book did actually quite well. It was a bestseller. Seller.
Do you have a copy of it? I'm an avid reader.
Oh, well,
Different last name.
I don't know where it is. Do I have a book? Can I do a luck check to see if I have the book on me?
I don't think of the last name thing, and I say, I have a copy, and I pull out
He
a
could use a
copy
different name.
of Disappearances in the Dark.
Oh, very.
Oh, I actually. Do you like the last name Flynn? He wanted to keep his name quite anonymous.
That is, it's a rather dashing name.
Fascinating.
This is a bit of a weird fiction, is it not?
Fascinating stories about creatures. Sorry to speak for. Wait, he's not here, right?
Yeah, he's in the bathroom.
About strange creatures of darkness and cults and weird comings and goings of the supernatural. There's, if I may, there's been some talk of such things in this city, and
You speak of the Bora.
the Bora. Is that what they're called? I haven't come to know their name.
With the wind that passes through here.
It's actually more physical.
The wind. Tell us about the wind.
the wind that comes from the mountains. It's people have all sorts of stories. What it carries, good fortune, bad fortune. It depends on who you're talking to. But it's a bit of a folk tale of this place. Whatever they say about it, it's here and it's cold.
Interesting.
I don't think that's what we're here for. We're here for...
Well, I think we're perhaps the creature that is said to walk on that wind. The Windwalker.
The Windwalker
Indeed.
is a creature that creates the Bora, you have heard.
Or perhaps uses it to touch the souls of the people in this town. Strange. We're here. We're fascinating, endlessly fascinated with strange disappearances and murders, and Winkleman's murder has, of course, piqued our interest.
It sounds like you should be writing a book yourself as well.
Oh well, I'm not good with words like Mr. The mistress's son.
I will be devouring this. This seems very interesting.
I'm sorry, I can't give you that copy. I was just.
I completely understand. It's quite all right.
Do you have a copy of it?
I'm sure that I will be able to find a
Do you have a copy of your book?
I don't know if he'll say that probably.
Oh,
I don't know whether
do
Bert would have a copy.
If you have my card.
I do understand.
Yes. I will inquire about it.
Yes, I will.
And you have my address if you would like to ship me.
I will
a copy.
send you one right away.
That sounds
from my
wonderful.
home in England.
That sounds perfect to me. I look forward to it. I look forward to
How old is he?
He's about 40-ish.
Nah, he's
Is he
a little
gay?
young.
Oh.
No, for me. That's not for everybody else. I'm like 56, you know. I'm not looking for young meat.
Yeah.
I'm looking for old weathered.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
If there is anything else I can help you
Hello.
with, please let me know.
Yes, I think we should be on our way.
indeed.
Thank you.
I already made a psychology roll, so I don't know if I can do another one. But when we mentioned the Windwalker, I'm just curious if there was any
I would love to
recognition.
do that as well.
Go for it.
I come back in.
As you're coming back in the bathroom.
Oh, God.
Oh, I have a.
All right.
I'm gonna use 2 points of luck to have a success.
I have an extreme success.
Oh. Should I do it then?
Don't use luck.
Okay, then I won't use it.
You know, I want to
Extreme
push
success.
it, of course, but I'm not
Yes.
This is on just on the mention of the Windwalker
gonna.
as you're coming in. you catch the end of this conversation just like near the door as you're all gathering your things and heading out, and as he looks at you with like a little bit of a confused look, asking about this creature and the stories you've heard, and saying that you should write your own book. He's heard of this.
Fuck.
I look forward to reading the book when you send it to me.
Are you going to send him my book?
Yes.
Well, I might have a copy on me, and I look to see if I have a copy on me, and I sort of pretend. I'm like, oh shoot, I don't. But do you have a writing room or something? I can write out some of the best bits.
Well, this is my writing room here, as he gestures to the large desk, the wooden desk in here.
Right.
Some people say
For some reason, what were you gonna say? For some reason, I'm not quite inspired here. Can we have a tour of your home?
Go make a charm with a penalty die.
Shoot, that is not his gig. Not bad though. Ooh, same roll.
Wow.
Should I use all of Isabel's luck?
Oh my lord.
20. It's only 9.
wow.
No.
To do a hard success.
It's not all of Isabel's
I think
luck.
I'm gonna cut that at no.
What? Wait, no. I think 9's a reasonable.
No.
Not
Not
for Isabel. I don't know.
Okay.
It's good to just like.
But
Yeah, this feels like
Yeah.
we can come back. Why don't we come back with a book?
Why don't we come back?
No, I
with
want
a
to see
book?
the house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. It's to convince him to give a tour of the house, and obviously he knows something about the occult.
I know.
he's-
Why don't we come back with a copy? We travel with them, of course,
Oh sure.
and we'll exchange that for a beautiful dinner here at your home.
That sounds lovely to me. That sounds wonderful. Whether it's you have the time to drop by or to ship it, that is terrific.
We'd love a dinner here. You know, Trieste has been cold and unfriendly. Unfortunately,
I'm sorry to hear that.
you've
I
been the kindest face we've
can't
seen
say
so
that
far.
I'm entirely surprised. It is a particularly cold time to be here, and I always say when the Bora comes in, the people lose their sense of manners. So I apologize for that, and I hope that you have a more welcoming rest of your stay. I believe that my house and I are going to get ready for my own supper, but I wish you a lovely evening.
Will you better see us out then?
Yes, of course. And he walks you out the entrance hall.
While we're there, can I look at those things just a little bit closer?
You commit them to memory,
Yeah.
looking at these, these strange little statues. You can see that there is, this primitive human figure with subtly wrong proportions and a vase that is decorated with dancing figures with sort of strangely flexible limbs. As he opens the door for all of you and says, I wish you a pleasant evening and I hope to see you soon.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Did you
Good
walk
evening.
us? Did he walk us out?
Mhm.
Oh, not the butler.
He walked you out.
Oh, nice.
Well,
He shuts the door.
I'm an excellent judge of character, and I don't think he's heard of the Windwalker.
I completely disagree. Actually, I got that he definitely had heard of the Windwalker, and I feel as though maybe we should investigate the house.
But there was nothing else untoward in that home. That art looked up and up, and
Should we find a service entrance or? Oh, sorry.
What was your experience with the art?
Oh, well, it was quite odd, actually. Something. There is something afoot here.
Ah,
odd how.
fascinating.
Faye?
I saw nothing, but I believe you guys if you did.
What
but
did
I
you
believe
see?
you if you didn't.
Well,
But, well, I
what
don't
did-
know.
It seemed like ritualistic drawings on a vase and creatures with wrong limbs and
Oh, wrong
longer
limbs.
extended limbs, which
Oh.
isn't far out of the reach of what we've seen thus far.
Oh, it's not. I didn't catch that at all. Ugh, I must be slipping.
I mean, it didn't
Does it-
look like a Legore. Did I see them? I don't know. The fish things that we had fought.
They look to be human, or attempts at drawing humans.
Does anyone have a, is anyone particularly good at, sneaking around? Perhaps?
No.
No.
Me neither, really.
Maybe we come back in the dead of
Perhaps
night.
we need Clayton for that.
Yes.
Who is,
Is
a wonderful and incredible companion whom I love very dearly.
yes, that perhaps that's a good idea. I perhaps I have one other possible idea that I don't know if it's too risky, but we could, if we believe he's connected to the cult, we could show him the letter.
No. I
You
don't
know, the
feel-
enemy of your enemy is your friend. All right. It was a crazy
But what if
idea.
he's part of the
Yeah, what if
cult?
he's the enemy?
Well, if he's part of the cult, then we're here to protect or even to join.
I think it's
All right.
I think it's a good idea, but it's risky.
Sneaking in is...
Well, maybe we come back with the book,
for the dinner?
and we can decide in the moment what he
Totally
we
fair.
need to say.
Indeed.
Because I think, regardless, if we do want to pretend we're part of the cult,
I'm not the best liar. It was a harebrained idea.
No,
it's
no,
okay.
no. I think it's actually a wonderful idea.
No, I think it's a fantastic idea, truly.
I was about to say, honestly, on my way out, I was thinking about just decreeing Omni Laude to see what he would say.
shit.
What was that?
Oh,
Oh, it's just the ramblings of an older woman.
Did that little phrase sound familiar to me in any way?
Go ahead and make a Cthulhu mythos roll.
I can't say it right.
Omni Laude Nyarlethotep.
Nope.
The ramblings.
I keep rolling in the 90s.
Yeah, you do. I keep seeing that. That's crazy.
No, it's just the ramblings
Doesn't
of an
quite
older
ring a bell.
woman.
Okay.
As you all
A giant
head out, discussing possible plans, discussing coming back for another dinner with the book. Where are you heading?
I guess back to the hotel.
Great.
Perhaps
way
we can
back from town.
convince them to, or ask them what their take on this is, and perhaps convince Clayton, who is so awesome and special.
What about this? What about this Spontanelli? What about this
Spontanelli?
translator?
Well, actually,
right.
I would love to stop by and see
Just
what his
on the way.
book says.
I'm sure it would take a long time to get it translated, so maybe drop it off tonight.
Indeed,
I think
indeed.
it's a good idea. I'm gonna route towards
Spontanelli.
Spontanelli.
Montanelli, yeah.
Montanelli?
Well,
Montanelli.
I'm
Why did we all
misheard
say Spontanelli?
I don't know, and that's
I wrote it down
okay.
I've said nothing.
I wrote it down as Spontanelli.
Roll of groupthink.
No, I wrote it down as Martinelli.
Martinelli.
You stop by Montanelli?
Montanelli? I thought it was Martinelli.
All right.
Juice? I put down Martinelli.
I did too.
There's a nearby sort of refined street that you head to, and you go and you find the address that was given to you by Antonio Termina, and knocking on the door, a housekeeper answers, greeting you all, and soon showing you into a rather cluttered study in here as you introduce yourselves and what you're bringing. And you see a man who does not rise to greet you from behind a desk in this smaller study than what Termina had, as he comes around in a wheelchair, wheeling himself around.
It's supposed to be like, rise, I'm a duchess.
Oh no!
Glad I did not
Oh
do
no! Has a blanket over his legs, and as he comes around, this is an older man. He comes around and says, "You have something work for me? Translation that you would like?"
Yes, I was given a gift from Senor Termina.
Oh, I see.
I would love if you could translate it for me.
I can do that for you. It is written in what language?
I believe Ancient Greek.
Ancient Greek. I see. See, if I may.
Yes. Be
Thanks,
careful. Senor Termina said I was the only one who could touch it, so... I do know he would trust you.
He takes it from you and opens it, looks through. Yes. This would take me a fair amount of time to do a translation of all of it. Is there a particular section? I see this is a diary. I can see from the dates. Is there a particular set of dates that you are in?
Is there dates that are on top that I can recognize? Like, what are the dates? Like
The range.
Yeah, whose diary is this again?
Like,
What is
I
it
would-
range to?
yeah, like is it 300 BC? Like, how old is it, or is it like recent?
Yeah, whose
It
diary?
is Winkleman's diary.
Thank you.
And you gather from it. One moment.
You wrote it in ancient Greek?
I wrote an ancient Greek.
Damn.
Someone need
Sam.
to figure it out.
It seems to date between roughly 1750 up until 1768, which you know is the year of his death.
Okay. I would say the latter. Oh, sorry.
The latter bit, please.
The latter bit is there a range of a full year, a month?
We're close to his death, which was the end. So
I see, around June 1768.
I think that would be June.
I can do that. If you are looking for it, he sort of rifles through and back. It is not an incredible amount of entries in June 1768. I could manage this in probably just a few hours, if that is what you wish.
We probably won't come back till the morning, so maybe we should have you work all night and pay you fairly to not sleep and give us the biggest chunk we can.
I would assume that one night.
No, you've never spoken more to my liking.
I am the secretary, I understand these things.
You know, today, right, sorry, excuse me. Right now, Miss Faye, you have been promoted
To what?
To what?
to House Secretary,
Oh.
Station 1. Your top secretary.
One of one. All right. Pay raise?
Yes. Well, yes. Yes.
Okay, anyway. Just as much as you can, minimal sleeping tonight,
Yes.
and we'll pay you double what you usually make.
Well, that's. I will accept. That sounds good. I can do with not much sleep tonight. That will be fine. All right. Well, if you entrust me with this, I will write up a quote and give it to you in the morning. But I look forward to diving into this. It sounds very interesting to me.
Well, thank you.
All right, team. I will come by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have a lovely evening. She takes the diary from you. Leaving it behind, you head out from Montanelli's house and go out into the streets. As now, sky is starting to darken out here, and you make your way across Trieste. The winds buffeting through the streets, chilling you to the bone as you cross the city. And you make your way back to the piazza under dark clouds. Not many people are out at this time, but you can see the bulbs light from within the windows of the hotel where you are now staying across the piazza, the four of you traveling. And as you're traveling, we had a crossroads here. Which is what happens.
Interesting.
And the choices were, 1, they see who's watching them, or 2, the wind blows Lady Vera's hat off. And
It's gonna be that.
the votes were 2 votes for they see who's watching them, and 6 for the wind blows Lady Vera's hat off. As Lady Vera, your Arctic fox that is sitting
what
on
the
your
hell?
head in the Bora, whips off across the piazza, flying across the piazza, and as your hat goes desperately through the wind, you see a hand reach out and grab it out of the air and catch it. It says, "You'll be wanting this, ma'am." And as you look over, see a man you don't recognize.
Oh, I just heard.
But a tall, large-built man in a black shirt. As we pan back to the hotel, and we see Clayton, June, and Suzanna once again in the hotel,
Deja
trying to
vu.
rest for the
Yeah,
day.
I think maybe. Sorry, I did so horrible at Bert.
Oh my god, you did great.
You're great.
You did great.
I think maybe I would suggest. Well, why don't I just do it?
Go ahead.
Closer to the beginning. Well, they just left. Now let's talk. Should we perhaps sleep, and so that we can maybe make watch tonight when everyone else is sleeping? Take turns sleeping right now.
Do our own little sleeping shift. Yeah. What time? Yeah. I mean, what time of day is it?
Right now, it's getting on towards 5 or 6 p.m. at this point.
Right. Well, I would have
Sure,
suggested
just
this
in-
right when they left.
Oh, sure. So 4 p.m.-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Just little naps.
Can't hurt, right?
Take turns napping. Sure. Yeah.
I think that's what we do.
Yeah. Take turns napping.
Take turns napping.
Yeah.
And you do so for an hour or two. Who's napping first?
Oh God. I think you, if you'd.
I think I would nap first. I would
Yeah.
maybe let's say I'll nap for 2 hours.
Great. You nap for 2 hours.
Uh-oh.
And
Stuff.
Where'd they go?
Dead.
Thud outside the door.
you nap for 2 hours, and Suzanna sits with you. There's a little bit of alcohol in the luxury suite here. There's sort of enough to make like a digestive drink here. There's some sherry that's poured as she pours some for the both of you. Some monsters out there, you're saying?
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
I'm sorry we had to spring so much on you today. Or just, I know it's a lot, and you've been going through a lot already.
It's okay. I'm feeling better than yesterday,
Good.
so that's good. I picked his pocket, so that felt
Right,
felt
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
gratifying
yeah.
to
No,
do
that was very, very cool. It was slick.
Are you safe? Do you feel safe with these people?
I feel safe with these people, but I haven't felt safe since leaving Boston, really.
I can't believe that my dad did that. Where did you went to New York, you said?
Yeah. I went to New York for a little bit. I hope we can go together one day. I think you'd really like it.
I'm
sure you've
I
been with
would.
your family at some point, but
Well, it was that New York is kind of the question there, if you're just going to people's penthouse apartments and the Upper West Side and, not really seeing much else than that.
we could go see a very different side of New York. I think
I
you'd
think
enjoy
that
it.
I would enjoy that. I
Yeah.
think that she kind of takes a swig of her sherry. I think that maybe I wouldn't do well in those other scenes anymore.
Yeah?
It might feel a little just people living in a way where they don't really understand the reality of what's going on around them.
Yeah.
That seems scary to me now.
Yeah. I understand. It's like I said earlier, and like Solomon said it too, once you see some of this stuff, it's hard to unsee it. And I know that you had an experience. I know that whole thing happened to you that night at the club, but I mean, you had forgotten that. And I'm sorry that, in a way, I have opened your eyes to all of this. I'm sorry that... I'm so glad you're here. I wouldn't change it, but I'm just...
I would rather have my eyes open than what was going to happen to me back in Venice and Rome. I don't... I didn't know that man. And I know you. I trust you. As she lifts her glass again, you hear a slight popping sounds, sounds of electric sounds all around you as every light in your hotel room turns off.
Oh my god.
And out the window, you see around the whole piazza the lights in every building around you.
Oh.
Clayton!
Go
Clayton!
Yes.
As you wake up to the sound of that, you wake up in darkness in this room, and we'll pick up there next time.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, yeah. What
Damn.
the hell?
Is
Let's
that
ask her about the kiss.
is the piazza where
That's where you guys are right now.
yeah, and is that also where that
that's
guy
where they
was
make
put on the wheel?
Yes.
Yes.
Love that.
Good. Thinking.
Good thinking.
You've got a good brain on you.
All
Mind on
right.
this one.
Oh.
Hey guys, love ya.
Love ya.
What the hell is going
Thanks
on?
for tuning in.
I don't know.
A lot of fucking investigating today.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of gathering clues.
Big puzzle day.
And a huge puzzle day. A lot of puzzle pieces
But
that are
really
being put
exciting.
together
Yeah, really fun.
on
Lots
your
of
way.
pieces of
And hey,
here.
how wonderful. We'll get to see Avi next time too.
Thank God.
yay. Yeah.
Goodness.
We just continue not solving anything. for
Unless
as
we
long
need
as
to kill
can.
you.
Love you guys.
Love
We'll see you next
y'all.
time.
See you next
Bye
time.
bye.
Mwah.